still love that song. Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, do it drunk. Mostly drunk. Never mandatory, but always encouraged. I'm joined as always by my favorite. Oh my God, I have not slept. I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I apologize, guys. I am here as always with my co-host and brother, Phil. How you doing?
I'm doing better than you.
Yeah, it's not a high bar to clear, but I'm glad you're doing good, bro. I'm glad you're doing good. What a wonderful day.
That's what was wrong.
I
couldn't hear anything. I was like, why can't I hear anything? There we go.
Level.
We couldn't hear anything. They could hear everything.
Okay, I'm glad that you guys can hear everything. Let us know in the chat how the sound is. We're working with some new equipment here, but hopefully it sounds oh so nice to you beautiful nerds. Again, what a wonderful day. I'm so excited about...
What a wonderful day! That's what you mean to say.
Exactly. We can definitely...
Let's just start the show again.
Hello, you people there. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We have a great show for you guys tonight. I'm willing to say there's going to be above average show for you guys.
I'm willing to
put the podcast on the line for that.
What am I willing to say? I don't know what I'm willing to say. In a court, is this a court law?
This is.
I will say nothing
opinion
to you, sir, and you will enjoy it.
Well. Hopefully, you have a lot of things to say about our topics tonight, because we are talking X-Men 97. We are talking the new sci-fi series from Apple TV Plus, Dark Matter. We're talking about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That's a mouthful. And as always, we are talking shit.
The Kang.
Before we get started, I want to remind you guys to tune into the Bantha Bunch every Thursday night live, hosted by your favorite cousin, Bill.
Hi.
You know what you guys are talking about this?
Thanks, Lil Frothy.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Lil Frothy in the chat.
Shout out to everybody watching on Twitter. Shout out to everybody watching on Drunk Banthas. And shout out to everybody watching at Nerds at Night. Remember to subscribe. It's free. Don't be a hater. Just click the button. You really don't even ever have to look at us again. Click the button.
Yeah.
Push a goddamn
button. No, that's a sound drop we need.
Oh, no. We need this drop right here. That might be too loud. I'm sorry if that was too loud, y'all. What up, Morgan? Shout out to Morgan. Shout out to Morgan. I give you your love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Gonna give you some more love. We're gonna get you some more love, man.
The applause is all for you guys.
It's all for y'all. It's all for y'all. We appreciate y'all for showing up. What are we gonna be talking about on the Bantha Bunch on Thursday at 7:00 p.m. Pacific time? We're going to be talking nerd news. We're going to be talking coonskin. We talked a little bit about it last Thursday. Just touched on some things, but we going to fill it up on Thursday. Fill it up.
Guys, if you don't know what coonskin is.
If you don't know what filling up means. I'm talking about.
Yeah, ask your parents.
Come on Thursday. Come and join me. Come inside the chat. And visit us.
Yeah, guys, definitely check that out. There's always
shout out to 9 Nerd Yards. What up?
Shout out to 9. It's always a fun time on the Bantha Bunch. You can definitely check that out. And before we get into our topics, I do just want to mention real quick, your boy fucked up. I've been sick, I've been tired, and I made some mistakes. Not sick and tired, I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna take it anymore. We had the Mad Max episode of Does It Hold Up drop recently. That was supposed to be Planet of the Apes, and Mad Max is supposed to come out next week, corresponding with the Furiosa. So since I fucked up, you guys are gonna be just getting Does It Hold Up episode early. We're dropping early and late. We're dropping Planet of the Apes Does It Hold Up episode tomorrow, where we had KirstYn and Jeff come on and talk about the 2001 Mark Wahlberg vehicle. Definitely check that out. Sorry for the lateness, but we appreciate everybody who's been watching the Mad Max episode. Doesn't hold up. That was a super fun time with Morbid Zoo.
Yeah, y'all actually bumped up the views on that pretty good.
Yeah,
so
it's mostly because Morbid Zoo is on there. She's very
cool.
No,
they started out shitty, is what I was saying. The views started out bad, really bad.
Right.
And now I'm looking a little better.
Yeah, looking a little better.
Making me feel good about it, you know. So shout out to y'all. Y'all are doing it. Y'all are keeping us up. Y'all are keeping us in there. We're real YouTubers still because of y'all. So just keep on keeping on. We really appreciate it. And like and subscribe. I really appreciate all y'all who've been sharing. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
No, Karen.
Sharing is Karen.
Yeah,
does that mean it's bad?
Why is every Karen gotta be bad?
You know,
you don't know no good Karens. Nobody knows a good Karen.
You know what? I'm sure I
For
do.
me, it was always Debbie's.
And
Becky's.
Debbie's and Becky's. We had a good Debbie principal in high school. She was cool.
She was Dr. Minor. That was who she was. You show some fucking respect. No, she said, don't call her that.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about any of this. Nobody cares about any of this.
No one cares about that.
I need to give myself a... Hold on. What does this one do? I don't remember. Continue.
No. So I guess we should get into our first topic of the night. Let's talk about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's the newest installment from what you call it. It's the new installment.
Holy shit! How did you do that?
I didn't click this little thing. That's all.
Oh, that was cool. Do it again. Do it again. Do it now.
I'm trying. Oh, it's still stuck in that thing. Just like that. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
That's cool. I don't like it. Okay, change it. Get that out of here. Change it.
But this is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is the fourth installment of the reboot of the Planet of the Apes film franchise. Arguably one of the is probably the first big film franchise. You know, it predates Star Wars as far as like marketing and video games, or not video games, animated series, board games, all this crazy shit. Like that's all started with Planet of the Apes, and even making unnecessary sequels. So they started that too. And now we are in the fourth installment. Yeah, they're the original Don Dadas of wearing shit into the ground.
Quickly.
Yeah, they were spitting them out.
First movie came out the very next year. The next movie came out. How in the absolute fuck?
Yeah, those are some big movies to be making in 1 year. Terry said having 5 movies or more. Yeah, like it's definitely like, you know, they did it before Pirates of the Caribbean, Star Wars. You know, they knew how to outwear their welcome. But
I'm gonna have to get up.
Oh, you need to grab something.
I don't have a drink.
Like
a regular drink.
Right. Yeah.
I've got like a whole bottle of tequila over here, and that's it. But these are my problems. Continue.
Well, yeah.
Continue, boy.
Like I was mentioning, this is the fourth installment of the Planet of the Apes reboot. This is the first film that doesn't have Andy Serkis's character, Caesar. But Andy Serkis is still one of the actors, though. Right?
Oh no, motion actors. I'm pretty sure he's still.
Maybe he is. Like I think maybe Andy Serkis and Terry Notary are still like involved in this because they had a lot to do with the motion cap of like building the aesthetic for the first 3 films.
They all kept.
Yeah, they all kept.
That's it.
And this film takes place many generations after War of the Planet of the Apes, the third of the last. I mean, I guess the last of the Andy Serkis trilogy. What did you? And like,
actually, that was I thought that was the fourth one. Isn't it 4 and then this one, or is this the fourth one?
This was the fourth one because there was a Rise, and then there was Dawn, and there was War, and that was the one where spoilers, Caesar dies at the end.
Well, if you saw this one,
yeah, actually, is at the beginning of this movie. Yeah, you gotta get that.
He died at the beginning of that one and at the end of this one. That's fucked up. Like man, I guess you're in there. We got a cameo from our guy Maurice.
Oh
in
yeah,
this movie.
A little Maurice cameo. I love that design. I love Maurice so much.
Maurice was good.
But this film does take place, as the opening says, many generations after the third film. And as we talk about unnecessary sequels, do you feel
what does that mean?
Like
many generations? They only lived to like 35 years old.
Right. It is kind of vague enough to be just like
only lives like 30, 45 years old. So many generations. Like how many though?
Right. What is many?
6 is many, but 6 isn't as many as 6, or it isn't as long as 6 human generations.
Right. like 100 generations is many, but 10 generations is also many, I guess. Like you can vaguely like it's vague enough to where you can use your own.
You have a couple. There's a couple, and then there's a few. A few is more than a couple, but then you have a bunch, which is more than a few, but less than many, and many is less than a lot.
Okay, all right, but yeah, it's still like again. It's,
sorry, that's a bit from from Venture Brothers movie.
Oh, yeah.
But also, it is the truth as well. So
that is true. I was like, wait, you're wrinkling my mind right now. Nine said in the chat, I really like the Planet of the Apes trilogy. Doesn't get enough love.
Well, it got $128 million worth of love this weekend.
Yeah,
$58 million at the box office, so it can lather its own self up. If it don't get no love, it showed up can love itself.
Yeah, these movies quietly make stupid money.
Quiet as kept.
Rise made like $500 million. War made $780 million or some shit. Like these movies clean up at the box office, and this one seems like it's not going to be any different.
Yeah,
but
they sop that shit up like a biscuit and gravy, boy.
But speaking of unnecessary sequels, do you feel like this was unnecessary?
Nobody asked for it. I mean, I feel like nobody asked for any of this shit, but yeah, it's unnecessary sequel. I'm a fan of the newer ones. Not like it's well, like you said, the Caesar saga. I think that's dumb. Caesar ain't in this one, but I guess he's God in this. So yeah, he's in it. So yeah, Caesar saga. I like that. I guess I could say I like it.
Caesar saga.
Yeah, like I like the first 4 Fast and Furious movies. I like these first 4 so far. So
yeah, that was the Paul Walker saga.
And they're setting up a lot of stuff in this one. So like things are promising, a lot more promising for this franchise than like the Godzilla King Kong franchise and all that stuff. Like I feel like since we've had so many of those recently, it's good to get like this kind of feels more grounded.
Yeah, that's another thing about these movies, that they are way more contemplative and slow than you would assume. Like you see the trailers, it's like cool, apes with shooting machine guns. I'm down for this.
Yeah,
apes riding horses. That's cool. But that's a very small, like that's a cool part of the aesthetic. But like the themes of inequality and oppression, and it was really weird watching the trilogy after COVID. I was like, this is very strange. Like thinking about, it's like, oh yeah, this is worldwide epidemic or a pandemic that's
that literally took over the entire planet in less than a couple of weeks, just like fucking COVID.
Yeah, it's pretty, and there are people who call it a hoax. It's like, and stuff like
now
that.
There's niggas that's well, it's not that crazy. Human beings are extremely predictable. First of all, they're stupid. Second of all, they'll believe anything. Third of all, they don't read. You combine all those things together, you got fucking America. But I like how they're setting things up. Like you said, Rise had at the end, everybody getting infected, and it showed this how quickly it moved along the world. And also, though, what they showed is if I'm not mistaken, maybe it was the second one or Rise, but they showed, I think it was in Rise. I mean, not Rise, but in the beginning of Dawn.
Okay.
They show where like the humans went into space. They had a rocket that went into space.
Oh yeah, you see the Icarus,
which is the ship from the very, very first one from 78 and
68.
Whatever, 68. 78, whatever.
The Charlton Heston one.
Anyway, yeah, they clearly they're going to do that. Like, and now there's theories on that. There's theories online that is what Caesar saw when he looked up.
Yeah, because
that the activity of people getting more and more signals, radio signals out there, would have popped up on their radar, and then they probably would have been trying to maneuver to try to find a place to come back to, since they wouldn't have been able to communicate with anybody. But if it's been many generations, like how the fuck are they even up there? You can't fuck in space. You can't have a baby in space. And if you were to have a baby in space, theoretically, you would bring that baby down and they'd have like problems, like heart problems, bone structure problems, because there's no artificial gravity.
Yeah, we know that because we watched For All Mankind.
Well, I knew it because I saw something on fucking in space years before that. Actually, it was really weird.
I know it because I watched For All Mankind.
But I knew that was going to be an issue, and I was glad that they made a point to put that in there on For All Mankind.
Yeah, that was a cool way of like using like that space science. Stop using science, Terry said. It only ends in peril. Yeah, we're gonna end up with robot overlords. But yeah, I'm assuming that maybe we're not gonna get any of the spaceship stuff. Maybe in a couple of movies, when maybe the Icarus falls into the same purple time cloud that Mark Wahlberg did in the 2001 Planet of the Apes, and we'll get into that kind of stuff. Are you saying
go outside, nerd?
No, I feel like they're like, to your point, they're setting up a lot of stuff with these characters.
I think that's
that they're gonna play the long haul, because I think that their plan is to make four more movies in this arc with these two characters, with Noah and May, our ape and human character.
I have a theory.
Oh shit! Theory time.
I think that Mark Wahlberg will be in the next one. And he'll be coming down from Icarus. And
I would love that.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen.
That would make this the best film franchise of all time. And they bring back Mark Wahlberg. Hey, how you doing? This is like some sort of Planet of the Apes. It'd be fucking amazing.
You guys let the monkeys take over. I've only been gone a couple of months. This is crazy.
Say hi to your mother for me.
But there would have to be some type of time vortex thing.
Yeah. There would have to be some sort of timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly shit. Which is assumed that that's what happened in the first film. The way he was able to come back to Earth. What was it, like 3,900 years later or some such shit.
What would cause such an anomaly in a regular movie?
We're going to have to find out maybe the fifth film. And speaking of main characters, we do have some new main characters in this one. With the absence of Caesar, we get the character Noah.
That's a man. The absence of Caesar, Planet of the Apes.
The absence of Caesar. That's going to be like the prequel comic or some shit.
No, the absence of Caesar, the Messiah ape, Planet of the Apes.
Are you like naming this saga?
The next movie.
The next movie. Yeah, apparently they have to have Planet of the Apes in every one.
Dawn of the Planet, War of the. This one is the most ridiculous one. The Kingdom of the
the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, that's a lot.
This is a lot.
I think if they do make, like, if they have a whole arc like on this last one, it's just going to be called Planet of the Apes. Because they haven't done that yet. They haven't done that yet
in this series.
In this little series.
What if they can't?
Oh,
because Mark Wahlberg did Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. Or was it the Planet of the Apes? Did they get around it with some sort of the mischief, like Suicide Squad and the Suicide Squad?
I think that's what they did, which is also stupid. Fucking lazy bastards. Name a fucking movie. It's just that simple. Just name it something.
And they were definitely not lazy.
We got to do a video about all the ones, like the fall of the whatever. What was it? What were we talking about? All the movies that came out this year. There was just like fall.
Oh yeah, there's a kingdom and everything. There's like Fallen Kingdom, Frozen Kingdom. There was like two more.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah. And there was something else. Not the Ghostbusters movie. That was Frozen.
If y'all know whatever Kingdom movie came out this year or in the last year, point it out, put it in the comments, put it in the chat. If you're watching live, put it in the chat. If you're watching later, put it in the comments.
Kingdom, Aquaman
Lost
2.
Kingdom, Aquaman 2.
All these fucking kingdoms.
If we missed one, let us know. Put it in the chat, please.
That's dope. But we do get some new main characters. Like I mentioned, we have the character Noah, and He is. We follow him discovering a world outside of his peaceful village after being attacked by a belligerent clan of taser-wielding apes. What were your like thoughts on like the conflict in this film? Like, you know, Noah and his peaceful lifestyle and their like sort of culture that they have, and how that's completely perforated by these more warmongering apes that led by Proximus.
It was interesting to me because the whole premise to me, that maybe like the underlying story for this entire series, is no matter how smart the apes get, they're still gonna do the same things that we did.
Yeah,
like they may be going through it exponentially quicker, but like they've hit all the stages. They got free, right? They escaped Eden, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. Then they
bit the forbidden fruit.
They bit the forbidden fruit. Then they hung out with each other. They were peace. They all walked and talked the same, but then because they couldn't talk, right? They were still doing sign language and shit, right? And then Caesar gave them knowledge of how to talk and understand words, and then that's when everything went to shit, right? They had their big battle and then they won, but Koba showed division.
R.I.P. Koba.
Like Maurice said, apes fight too.
Yeah,
you know, we as apes, we get the fights just like the humans.
Yeah, damn. Shout out to Maurice.
So I just feel like they've been constantly getting to that level. Like, and the War of the Planet of the Apes, it was about trying to get to freedom. Like they've been enslaved. So now I have to get to another type of freedom. Right. Then they get out of slavery. Then their savior dies. Right. He's like Moses. He doesn't get to take them to the mountaintop. I mean, he doesn't get to see.
Yeah, he doesn't get to see paradise.
Paradise. He just gets to go to the top of the mountain and see it, and then that's it.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to experience it. So then he dies. Then he becomes like a figurehead, a messiah.
Yeah. Even like kind of creates kind of just like the two commandments of
because like if you think about it, like Moses was Jesus before Jesus.
Yeah.
Right? For like Jesus 1,000 years.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
For like 1,000 years, Moses was the nigga before Jesus. And then you know how mad Moses got to be? Let's just talk about that a little bit. I know y'all came here for the good stuff. So let's talk about the good stuff for a bit. Man, how mad must Moses be that Jesus out here getting all his shine?
Right? It's like, I did it first.
And then Jesus got to see Jerusalem. This nigga didn't get to see Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Now Jesus did die in Jerusalem. So there's give and take. There's give and take.
Yeah, at least Moses died like peacefully.
I guess.
He wasn't like brutally murdered. So that's
exactly.
I guess that's a one up. He died
but
old.
Man, to be that nigga for 1,000 years, then like motherfucker just come up and take your whole shit.
Yeah.
Jesus, I don't even think he did it. Jesus did not do anything as cool as parting the Red Sea.
That's some pretty dope shit.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's the fucked up thing though. Like Moses does the cool shit, but we use Jesus as the expert.
That's why Moses is mad, man. He said they used to say goddamn Moses. They used to say Moses fucking Christ. That's what they used.
Moses Christ. He's like, man, I was putting up like 30 every night, and then this nigga came in and just dropped 50. Now y'all say it. Now you're wearing his shoes.
Now you want to wear his shoes. So yeah, that's kind of that's the arc that we see them take here. And Noah is like Noah's ark, right? We even have a flood in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very biblical name. There's a lot of biblical overtones. And I did like just like sort of the culture and the religion that his village had built up as well, because they seem very ignorant of the world before, like blissfully ignorant. Like they don't want to know. Noah even says at one point, it's like the elders of our village didn't know anything about the world because they didn't want to know. And we kind of see, you know, as they say, ignorance is bliss. They were living very peacefully, calling humans echoes because they just, I guess, you know, it's an echo of past society. And you just like as soon and like in the first 10-15 minutes, it's like this is so beautiful. There's no way this is gonna last. Like this is definitely gonna get torn asunder if this is gonna be an interesting movie. And it definitely got interesting.
It could have just had them searching for the human girl. Excuse me, May.
Yeah, that's like a very good.
And that still would have been like, yeah, they could have gone the Goonies route for the Planet of the Apes, but it doesn't give the same vibe. I can't think of a better word. For lack of a better word, it doesn't give you the same vibe as the rest of the movies if you go that way.
Yeah. Because it almost felt that way with like Noah and his two friends at the beginning. I was like, this is going to be a cute little adventure.
Like the whole first act.
Yeah. And then it just gets fucked up when this clan of
Alex,
Caesar.
That's when things get kicked in a 12 gear.
Exactly. Speaking of which, like, what did you think of our villain and his cohorts, Proxima Caesar, who's played by Kevin Durant, not the basketball player, but he's
there
also
is no Kevin Durant.
I know there's not a Kevin Durant basketball player.
Well, a lot of these niggas don't.
Yeah, it's very close. Very close. I'm surprised I never committed his name.
Go outside, nerd.
I'm surprised I never committed his name to memory.
I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go.
But I do like this character actor a lot. Kevin Durant is awesome. He's like Smoking Aces, Abigail most recently. He's just a big, creepy character actor. And I think he did a lot of great mocap in this. But what did you think of his character in this movie?
Mocap, son. Mocap.
Mocap.
No, I'm talking about
not low cap.
No, dog. Mocap. What I thought it was, I thought that the actor did a good job. Motion was good for the most part. CGI was good. His character was dumb. They gave him nothing to work with. He's only in the movie for like 15 minutes, less than that. Like his actual face. We didn't get introduced to him till the beginning of the third act, and we don't see his face until, we only see him physically for probably 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, he's kind of like what they call an event character, where like you sort of hear about him a lot, and the presence of him is felt just from like his army and shit like that, but you don't really see him until
but we didn't hear about him. That was my problem.
Well, they mentioned
this. We just ran out of space. I was just trying to.
Oh, okay. Get it nice and tight. They definitely mentioned Proxima Caesar, before we actually see him. Because I remember, because like by the third time they said it, I was like, oh, is that a name I'm supposed to remember? Is that the guy? Is that the villain? Because it's such a weird name, Proxima.
Weird meaning dumb. Because where are they getting these names they can't read?
Yeah, and William H. Macy's character was also really fucking weird. It was like Trevathan.
Who?
Trevathan?
Who was William H. Macy's character? Nigga?
He was
these niggas was not dressed as monkeys. They put CGI all on their faces.
He was like the only other human character.
Yeah.
He was like the old guy who was.
What about him?
His name was like Trevathan.
No, Trevathan. That's fucking
a very
dumb.
weird name. I was like, this girl's name is May. Your name is Trevathan. The names
Noah,
in this movie are weird.
Anaya, Trevathan.
That's nobody's name. That's a fake name.
Rocco. What was the other dude's name?
Rocca.
Yeah. We got Rocca.
Rocca was great.
That's a good name. You know what? I think I fuck with Rocca and Noah and all that shit because those sound like African names. They sound like places you would find an ape names. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. But I also wonder where they get these names from.
Yeah, it's interesting that the name Noah has lasted from like biblical times to fucking post-apocalyptic,
or maybe we're just
culture.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But it fits. To your point, it does fit.
Well, maybe we're just dumb and they already have their names for each other. They just have never been able to say them in English.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
Maybe we're dumb. They've been had names. Like, nigga, I've been had a name. My name ain't Choo Choo the monkey, Choo Choo the chimp. Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
I'm fucking Bobby. Okay, my name's Bobby. Bobby. Robert. Bobby.
There's a lot to
you.
infer what happened in between, the third movie and this new fourth movie. And speaking of which, we do get another interesting character, even though this movie is very much from the apes' perspective. Like there's definitely more ape characters, intelligent ape characters than intelligent human characters. But we do get a character that I think is going to carry on throughout the franchise. May. What did you think of her character? Aunt May. Aunt Baby May.
Baby May. She a baby. I thought she did a wonderful job until she started talking. And not in a negative way, like she was a bad actress when she started talking. It was just that, where's she from?
That's a good point. I don't know.
No, I'm telling you. No, I mean, I don't know where the actress is from, but I'm just saying, where's she from? Because her character sounded like she was British and American at the same time, but at different points of the movie. So, yeah, you go ahead and look it up. Go ahead and look.
Maybe she's making a choice. It's like, oh, what if? Like,
I think she just kept fucking slipping out of it. I think she just kept slipping out of it during ADR, because all that's ADR.
That would make sense.
There ain't no way in hell there's any. There's no way in hell there's any on-set sound being used.
I didn't even recognize her. Free out. Yeah, she's English. She was in The Witcher. I really liked her in The Witcher.
Oh, she was that girl at the beginning.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen but nothing but the first two episodes of Witcher.
First
season.
There's a lot of that show is mostly good. It's like 70%.
Mostly,
in my opinion. But
I mean, 70% is pretty fucking good for a goddamn sci-fi video game adaptation.
Yeah, especially when most of it
sci-fi
is just like
fantasy
running around. Yeah,
for all you fucking nerds.
Go outside,
nerd.
But yeah, what did you think about like her relationship with Noah and how that's sort of developed? And because usually in these movies there's like a good, like one really good human character that the apes connect with, but this is a very morally ambiguous character that is meeting an ape who's has no past relationship, like trauma or anything,
no relation
with humans. So it was interesting seeing them develop a relationship with each other from people who just have sort of preconceived notions of what the other would be without ever actually having met another person from that species. What did you think of this? How that kind of developed?
Same as people, right?
Yeah,
like that's the same thing with people. Boom, like you get to a new country, a new civilization of people, and you see that they do this and they do that, and they're so different. Like, ooh, what are they doing? Why do they eat with their left hand? Because it's like people who don't eat with certain hands, certain cultures.
Yeah. No,
so it's like, oh, that nigga eat with that hand. That's the hand you wipe your ass with.
It's gross.
So there's people who see you drinking milk and they be like, oh my god, that nigga drinking. He drinking animal titty milk. He drinking animal titty milk. This nigga nasty.
It reminds me of that joke for Jamie Foxx's stand-up where he's talking about the first time he visited Africa and his African tour guide. Like they both thought each other smelled bad because Jamie had a bunch of cologne on, and Jamie was like, "What the fuck is that smell?" And his tour guy was like, "Yes, what the fuck is that smell?" Like looking straight at him.
This nigga, he come on the boat. He comes on the boat to go on the tour, and I take him on the tour, but this nigga smells like something I've never smelled before, and he had the nerve to say that I stink. I say, this fucking nigga. Yes, nigga. What is the smell, nigga?
What is that smell? But I did.
Like, I don't give a fuck who you are, nigga. Your ass stink. Seeing your ass. Not Shanae. It's
what's the other? You talk about Jamie Foxx character?
Yeah.
Wanda. Yeah.
Wanda.
Man. Was there ever like a Wanda Shanae celebrity death match? I know, never mind. That's good.
No, just shut your mouth while I look it up.
Later in the film. Oh, actually, before we get to two more of much further into the plot, I'm curious. Actually, this is kind of mean to ask you about this while you're looking this up. So I'll just pause it. Well, yeah. What's your MVP of the movie? Do you know who your MVP is, or if you need a second to
Rocco.
Damn, me too. Rocco was so good. Rocco was incredible.
It's crazy to find out that he was played by this black dude. I thought he was goddamn, what's his name? Ron Perlman for so damn long.
Yeah, he does have that. Like,
he looked like him though.
Yeah, like yeah.
They made that ape look like Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman needs to fucking get him some money back. Matter of fact, I'm about to look that up. No, there is no celebrity death match with those two, Wanda and Shanae.
Wasted opportunity. Wasted opportunity.
Fucking completely wasted opportunity.
You're right. He does have like some Ron Perlman teeth and like the Ron Perlman jaw. He looks exactly like he did in the episode of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Like,
yes. I'm about to do a side by side.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's Ron. That's Ron with a red beard.
Side by side? I don't know how to do that.
Can I
use this?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Rocco was played by Peter McCon. And I just want to say, like, it goes without saying, I guess, with this franchise, the special effects are pretty remarkable. They're always really, really good. Just like being able to get the performances that these actors are doing and have it conveyed in these apes' faces. I was watching this special feature about like how they had to change, like do a lot of work with the technology because apes' mouths don't form the same way that humans' mouths do. So like when they do things like raspberries, like they had to be like, whoa, wait a second. How are we going to translate that to this? Because their mouths are completely different. So they had to do a lot of work on that.
Yeah, definitely. Hold on a second. So this is Rocca, guys, for you who haven't seen the movie yet. This is Rocca. He is a follower of Caesar's word. So he is the last preacher alive to his knowledge, because he was his partner was killed. Yeah. Which I don't know if they're trying to insinuate that they was sexual together.
I didn't think that it was
they sexual?
I think Rocco was gay. Yeah, I think that he was.
They was ritual together.
Yeah, he the way he spoke about him, it just seemed like it was a lost love type of thing.
Is it homosexual if you're an ape? Or is it primate-sexual?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know enough about evolution to know.
Primate. Get it?
I don't. Yeah,
because it's your mate.
Yeah,
it's your partner.
I don't.
Your primate.
Yeah.
Because he's a monkey. I mean, he's an ape.
Yeah, I don't know enough about evolution.
All right, so look, so check it out, y'all. That's him, and that's Ron Perlman. Now you tell me that ain't the same dude. You tell me that Ron Perlman ain't owed some money right now. Somebody tell me right now, this nigga right here, okay, is not based off of this nigga right here. That's what I want somebody to lie and say. I want somebody to tell that lie in the chat right the fuck now.
If Rocca had a mustache, he would look just like that picture right there.
Dude, stop fucking playing with me right now.
But speaking of Rocca, like, what did you think of just like the religious aspect of this and how Caesar's become, basically this Moses type figure? He wrote the 2 commandments of ape culture. Mm-hmm. Apes together strong, and ape no kill other ape.
Ape no kill ape.
Ape no kill ape. Sorry, I'm paraphrasing.
Blasphemer.
This is the
ape no kill ape. And it's this.
That's how they do it now. In the first movie, it was this.
But it's out here. You gotta have your arms limp like you got carpal tunnel, and then you have to put it down like that.
I think it was like it's the Rock.
You's a goddamn blasphemer. Is all this is.
Caesar blasphemer.
Ooh, that's rapping.
It was interesting. Yeah, it's like how we have this religion made out of Caesar's beliefs, but with like most religions, it gets like splintered off, and people start fighting each other and killing each other over what they believe is the true doctrine of that religion? Like,
this
what
is
did you?
American as apple pie, man. And it's not
Yeah.
really American. They
It's
kind of did
human
that for
nature.
years before we got to America. It's kind of like why America exists, right? Like, man, I gotta get the fuck out of here. They killing niggas. You all right? Did I kill you?
Right. A little bit. And Terry said in the chat. Could you say what he said in the chat?
He said Natu in Japan, fermented soybeans. It's gross. What's he talking about? Oh, he's talking about he turned water into wine. Can't get any better. And proof he a nigga. Yeah, it's proof he's a nigga because he didn't bring his own. That's one thing. Let you know. Oh, he's a real nigga. But then when he was asked to get some, when he was asked to go on that run, he was like, "Oh, I got y'all. Don't you worry about it, mama." Because he went to his mama. He said, "Hey, mama, I got it. I got it." And he put his finger in that water, and it came back wine. But you know what? Still not as cool as moving the whole Red Sea, nigga. You know how long and fucking deep the Red Sea is, nigga? First of all, it would have took them like a whole fucking day, maybe even like 2 days to cross the fucking shit on foot. They ain't had no horses.
Yeah,
they ain't have enough horses for thousands of people.
Yeah, that not for that. Yeah, not for that distance and for that large of people.
Man,
Terry said in the comments, talking about going to different cultures and it being weird.
Oh yeah,
and soybeans from like soybean wine. That sounds pretty gross. Or soybean alcohol. That sounds pretty gross.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm saying you think it sounds gross. I don't think it sounds gross, but I trust I trust Terry when he says it is. I ain't trying to try. Like I would have tried it if I'd have seen it, but now knowing what I know now from experienced professionals,
it's like thank you. And just like skip ahead toward the end of this this film because there was a lot of ambiguity in the movie. Like the tension of this movie was.
You never told me what you felt about the villain.
Oh, I liked
because I didn't like it.
Right.
I thought he was useless. I thought really we could have not had him and we could have still had the same movie.
Yeah, I agree to the point. Agree with your point that like he's not as a singular character that like interesting or foreboding beyond like Kevin Durant's really great performance. I think he carries it a lot as far as like making that character interesting. But I think like the idea of like this group that he's built, like the idea of the force that he's developed and like the evil atrocities that
Jedi.
he's doing. He might be a Jedi. You don't know. Not a Jedi, my ass.
Oh,
but I do think that like the idea of this force who is taking the doctrine of Caesar and sort of poisoning it in this like very Nazi-ish or like I don't know Stalin way where he's just sort of terrorizing people and using them to his own.
But I'm just
again like to your point, like I don't think that character was that interesting, but I do like the that whole mythos.
I think that we should have seen him in the middle of Act 2, like a regular movie. We should have seen, hey, Prometheus, whatever his name was, Proxima. We lost the little monkey nigga. Go get that monkey nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is this gorilla listening to this nigga? He's stronger than this motherfucking monkey. Oh, allegedly.
I would have.
I mean, not monkey, but
if
he's an ape. They're all apes. Why aren't there any baboons? Is baboons not apes? Is baboons monkeys?
Get invited to the party.
Is baboons monkeys, y'all?
Yeah, like put that in the comments. Yeah, I haven't seen a baboon yet. That would be wild to see that.
Terry said it's a food, not a drink.
Oh,
stupid.
Shows how much I know.
I just saw y'all jump in. Don't listen. Don't leave. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas show. I seen you just jump in. Look, stay here for a minute, man. Stay here for a minute, because what's gonna happen is YouTube gonna take us to jail, man.
But I do think,
if you don't stay.
and if you don't know, we're spoiling the ending of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes here. But I do think that if Proxima Caesar did survive, like if he was a ongoing threat, and we got the idea of learning more about him, I'd feel a little different about him. It's like,
Maybe he did survive. We didn't stay to the end.
That's a good point. Well,
That'd be for the end credits. Excuse me.
Right. Well, you know what? Apparently, in the end credits, you do hear the breaths. So maybe that is a tease that he is still alive. Because I was like, when I heard that, I was like, well, so it's just 8 breaths? What the fuck am I supposed to?
Oh, you know what? That? Somebody said that is probably Raka.
That'd be cool. Both of them fell in water, and we're just like supposed to assume that apes, if they get in the water, they drown.
Well, they do, but
I mean, like in this.
No, yeah, they do, but water has to. That was rushing water that was going to somewhere. So theoretically, he would have ended up somewhere before he actually drowned.
Right.
Like he was more likely to get knocked out from the rushing of the water and hit his head on a rock or something.
Yeah.
But he's more likely to stay alive until he gets to settling water or more settled water where he can actually have time to sink and actually drown. So that's just more likely. Yeah. I mean, because I don't know if that motherfucker is surviving no 100-foot fall into the water, regardless of what the fuck happened. Hey, like, I don't care if he can swim.
Did it in Fugitive. Oh, Lord have mercy. So anything can happen in movie magic.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
Guys, put in the comments,
nigga.
Who would you like if we get another sequel to this? Do you want the good guy to come back from the dead, or the bad guy to come back from the dead? Which one would you rather see?
Caesar's word must live on, Alex.
Caesar's word must live on, but in what
there is much work to do.
It's important. This is a pretty quotable movie. Like, now that I just think about it, we just rounded off a couple of really great quotes for that movie.
What a wonderful day! That was good.
That was
Whoever
great.
That nigga is, shout out to you. That part was really good. But his character sucked. Like, he was good. He was great.
He was great.
The guy who played him. Good job, guy.
Do you does this movie make you more excited about the next Planet of the Apes movies that we're gonna get, or are you just like, yeah, that was fine?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Oh, that was the dude who played him?
Yeah, that was him. I was trying to,
You guys hit that. Yeah.
Oh no, I was trying to.
What's his name?
Kevin Durand.
Yeah, that's right.
He's great.
I forgot about him. That's a terrible picture. People ain't gonna be able to know who he is off of that one.
Yeah, that's like a picture where he looks. He's red carpet ready.
There we go.
Yeah, let's get that scumbag look he has in the movie.
This is red carpet ready right here.
Let's see the Blob from Wolverine.
I was like, this is the Blob right here, baby. Let's get him in here. Well, there he is.
Yeah, fuck yes. I really like this dude.
Yeah, he's good. That's a good role for him, except for the fact no one can see his face.
Yeah.
But I mean, being boisterous, like fucking larger than life. See, he's actually not a small dude, so
you can have Dave Bautista.
Like, he's not a short guy, so I'm sure he's like, well, he's just one of those guys that doesn't get a lot of work because he's too fucking big, man.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, that just like amps up people like The Rock and Dave Bautista.
Well,
I'm curious how he feels about people like
The Rock came in at a time where the big superhero like action guy was still hot.
Yeah. I think he was in Walking Tall with The Rock.
Yeah, he was.
I forgot about that.
He was.
That dude has been in a lot of shit.
He has. He's old, just like The Rock.
Right?
That's why I said, get that picture out of here, because that's an old-ass picture of him. Nigga, old as hell, but still massive. Steroids is amazing.
Huge. When I saw him in Abigail, I was like, you're so much bigger than everybody else in this movie.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's a fucking, like, real giant in real life. And, like, in Hollywood, it just doesn't work with certain actors.
Yeah.
Like, we're about to interview somebody who's 5'2".
Like, that's Hollywood medium. But yeah, guys, let us know if you guys saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Let us know what you thought of it, and if you're excited about what's to come with this franchise.
It's gonna come all over the place.
It's gonna come all over the place.
Woo!
And let's move on
Touch
to
me.
our touch me. Let's move on to our second topic of
That's
the
not
night.
a song, but that's funny.
Yeah,
It's funny.
It's a fake 80s song that
Yeah.
I just created by Blondie just
I love
now.
I love it.
Music.
That's music.
That was the wrong one. I meant to give you this one.
But it works. It works.
It does work. Go ahead. That's what I was trying to give you.
Let's talk about Apple TV Plus's new sci-fi series, Dark Matter. This is a
It was kind of spooky at first.
kind of spooky. Like, yeah, this is a pretty spooky show. I had no expectations for this show beyond just really loving the sci-fi that Apple TV Plus has been putting out. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
this was
I'll
a
check it out.
suggestion by Jeff. I want to point out.
Shout out to
Jeff, who is not here.
or
So I just
Hefe
want to point
in
out
Spanish.
that he chose this one and he's not here.
Yeah, right. It was like, okay. No, we
But
love you,
shout
Jeff.
out to him because
he's got
otherwise-
shit to do.
We wouldn't have had too much to talk about today. So shout out to him because this is a good one.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting show. Yeah,
And it'll carry us over perfectly into House of the Dragon when we start covering House of the Dragon. Into what's the other show that's coming on?
The Boys is coming out. in
The
a few
Boys.
weeks.
That's
Yeah.
right. So shout out to Jeff picking them good ones.
Yeah, like this episode. I mean, this show.
I'm supposed to text Morgan that we're done talking about Planet of the Apes because he didn't want any spoilers.
That is fair. That is fair. Yeah, we're done talking about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. But we are talking about Dark Matter, this new sci-fi series from Apple TV Plus. The show follows Jason Dessen, who is abducted into an alternate version of his life to get to his true family. He embarks on a harrowing journey to save them from the most terrifying foe imaginable, himself, and is based on the Blake Crouch best-selling book. I was not aware of the book before I watched this show. But it does seem like, the multiverse is still popping.
Multiverse be multiverse.
Still be multiverse. I thought that Everything Everywhere All at Once was going to be like the Dewey Cox of like multiverse movies, where everybody's going to be like, okay, this is the pinnacle. No, but now if you're gonna like do a multiverse story, you're gonna have to change things up. And to I guess everybody else's credit, like we have gotten a lot of more interesting multiverse stories. And this is like definitely a more hard sci-fi tackle of that multiverse. Like, what if
I'm
I
so
did this?
angry.
What if I and like how would that change my life? Kind of story.
I'm very angry right now just because I didn't know that Think Story was covering this, and I just would have cheated and watched.
Just watch Think Stories review.
Yeah, duh. But thanks
Fair
a
enough.
lot. Thanks a lot, Think Story. Thanks a lot, YouTube, for not having my notifications remind me or
Man, I
notify
like
me.
Think Story. I
You know
want
what
to
I'm
watch good content.
That's why y'all got to make sure you hit the bell so that you can make sure you get those notifications when you subscribe right here at the Drunk Banthas or Nerds at Night.
But initial thoughts, because we got the first 2 episodes of this series, starring Joel Edgerton and Jennifer Connelly. What did you like? What you got from these first 2 episodes?
You get what you get, and you don't get upset, Alex.
That is what they say.
No, I did like it.
You liked it?
I liked it. I liked the first 2. Well, the first episode was really slow.
Yeah.
But you're learning about this nigga, like, so that doesn't bother me. Like, it's a slow episode, blah, blah, blah. But I did feel like it picked up real quick, and I'm glad that I also feel like they really see where they was going. They know what they're doing because they needed to make the first and second episode come out together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it couldn't be just let's just put this out for one episode and then we'll put the second episode out next week. no, that would have been terrible for this show and its continued ratings going forward. But I don't know why. Also, just make it a 90-minute episode, the first episode, like you would on television.
Yeah, go the Firefly route, or you just like
it's a streaming service. Nobody has time constraints. There's no blocked television.
But I do think there might be a
stupid.
I think there might be a psychology.
People are stupid.
You're not wrong,
I'm
and
joking.
but you're not wrong. Like
I
think there's like it has a.
But I could also say it's raining. I mean, definitely.
But it goes to the psychology. People people would more rather watch 5 hours of single 1 hour TV shows than watch a 2.5 hour movie on Netflix. It's like, oh, 2.5 hours, that's too long, but I'll watch like 6 hours of the
I'm gonna watch 26 episodes of Tacoma FD right now.
Right? So like 3 hour movie, that's too long. It's that weird psychology of it. What is Mr. Anti-Idiotic says, I hope Peter Parker bang Kitty Pryde in MCU.
What up, Mr. Anti-Idiotic? I'm gonna tell you what's going on right now. That is a great comment. I don't know where it came from.
To have nothing to do with
but I'm gonna leave that. I'm leaving that up there for a minute.
You hear me? That bottle.
I'm gonna take a shot at that.
Yeah, I was about to say, like that's a pretty.
Welcome to the Drunk Banthas channel. This is your boy Bill, and this is your boy Grandmaster Grayson. Holy shit, Jedi Master Grayson. Grandmaster means you're. Well, Grandmaster would mean you're in the KKK.
Or I'm like a DJ.
Oh no! 80s. Or Kung Fu Master.
Yeah,
of some kind.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But just a lowly Jedi over here.
Yeah, just a Jedi.
Cheers.
Alex, what did you think about this show?
I also thought that it was pretty slow in the first episode. Well, I think that actually both episodes were pretty slowly paced. But I was still intrigued enough to want to know what happened next. So I think on the whole, it was like it's definitely.
Hold on, I gotta address this. I hope Peter Parker bang Kitty Pryde. Okay, Mr. Anti-Idiotic. Let me tell you something right now, dog. I'll tell you something about this comment right here. You might get that, considering that Peter Parker is going to be in this 1997 X-Men 1997 universe.
Yeah, that definitely shows it. He's there.
So just wait, just hold tight, and you're gonna see it. I'm bringing this comment back up when we get to talking about this shit.
That'll be wild. It'd be funny if that's the reason why he got my boy got fired.
Shout out to Mr. Anti-Idiotic. That was amazing. That was just fucking amazing.
I would love it if he had some insider info, and that's how season finale of X-Men happens. It's just full penetration.
You mean you hope that's like Bo DeMaio?
It's a 45-minute episode.
You hope that's Bo DeMaio's burner account.
Yeah,
and he's just like, yo.
It's like, just letting y'all know, I'm dropping the real shit right here. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Even if it doesn't happen, it's like just the anticipation. It's riveting.
Man, I can't wait. But
so Parker banging her in a Disney cartoon. I'm grabbing popcorn. Yo, the chat's about to get wild.
They fire him for that, but they air it anyway. They're just like, you know what? This is still a pretty good idea. But let's talk about Dark Matter. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It's an interesting concept of this. Again, we're doing the multiverse again. But I did like how this is more of just a character study of what if I made one different decision in my life? How could that have changed my life for the worse? It seems like because at the beginning of this show, Joel Edgerton's character seems like he kind of has it all. He's pretty happy in every aspect of his life except for his professional life. We do see him have a little bit of depression there.
Well, he just didn't win a award.
Well, even before that, we see him just in his car before he goes to teach. He's like, fuck, I really don't want to have to go in here. And then he goes and he's teaching, and then The students don't seem very interested, but everything else, like with his family life, seems like fucking picture perfect.
Yeah, his wife is hot.
Yeah, you got Jennifer Connelly as your wife.
Like, what's he got to complain about? Shut up.
I do want to talk about really quick.
Shut your short, goofy looking ass up, nigga. Got Jennifer Connelly as your wife?
Yeah,
punch her in your throat.
Yeah, like, but you know what? But at the same time, that's kind of, you know, Jennifer Connelly is the catalyst for everything. This dude decides he's gonna change space and time just so he can get back with Jennifer Connelly.
The bad him.
Yeah,
bad Jason.
Bad Jason. But I did want to just like say really quickly, I think it's very funny that Alice Braga,
sounds like
who's
a mob boss.
She's
Alexi Braga. My name is Alexi Braga.
Alice Braga, she's a South American actress who plays Amanda in this show. And we have Jennifer Connelly, who plays a character named Daniela Varga. I was like, should that be switched?
They auditioned.
They
auditioned. Well, just because your last name is Varga don't mean you're Latin.
That's true. You're Rick Sanchez. But Daniela Vargas.
Well, there's just this place called Spain where people got the same last name.
That's true. But Jennifer Connelly is like, you know, like Norwegian and Jewish.
I'm sure there's some Spanish in there.
There might be.
Or that's not her last name.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Because that happens all the time.
But no, I just thought that was funny. But
it wasn't. No, I'm joking.
But yeah, what did you like think of just like the sort of
fuck it, I got a question.
Right?
What did you think about how they use the snap clap to show you when it's changing back to a certain time, like which universe you're in?
I thought that was like a nice like audible.
You
like,
picked it up?
Yeah, I picked it up pretty quickly, and I was like, when it happened like the third time, I was like, is this gonna get annoying? Is this gonna be like?
I felt like I needed it.
Language of the show.
Not even language of the show. I needed it.
Yeah,
because I was like, hold up, which nigga are we looking at? I was like, no, wait, did it snap yet? No, it snapped. Yeah, it snapped earlier. And then at one time I was like, did it snap? And then it snapped, and I was like, oh, okay, it didn't snap. Well,
okay. There's this YouTuber that I saw covering it who said that it sounds like the Nintendo Switch snap. I was like, yo, it totally does sound like the Nintendo Switch.
I think it sounds more like the Disney Plus, like that.
Everybody, shout out to sound designers. Y'all be making these
intro
sounds.
Bitch ass
the Hulu sound, the YouTube sound.
Man, the Disney one is the best one. It goes that shit where it snaps. I can't even do it. It's perfect.
Yeah. The Disney one's great. I feel like the Netflix one used to be really great. I can't even think what Apple Plus's one is.
Everybody can do the Fetom.
But yeah, I did like
I need to get that drop. I'm sorry, no, keep talking.
No, I was trying to remember what your question was.
I just asked you about the snap clap, and you said you liked it. You already answered my question.
Yeah, okay, answer.
Too many shots.
But I did like the idea that this guy, like, so in this show, this person's alternate universe self comes into his universe, kidnaps him, and throws him basically in his life. It's like a Prince and the Pauper situation where they just sort of switch lives, but they're identical. But this guy's sort of a fish out of water because he's in a universe he does not recognize, but everything is sort of similar.
Yes, and he kind of explains a little bit of it. I'm going to try to play a little bit of it without getting taken down.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Hypothetical.
Oh boy.
A man of science. Physics professor.
Okay.
He is married to the woman of his dreams. They have a son, and they all have a good life. Until one night, this man, he goes to a bar. He's seeing an old friend.
Just pulling it off.
Yeah.
when he regains his full presence of mind, everything has changed.
Brain tumor.
Shout out to Jimmy.
So yeah, you got the idea there. I don't need to keep showing it, but yeah. Oh, sorry, you could probably hear me. Yeah, you guys got the idea. You don't need to keep showing it, but that's basically the premise of this entire show. But this is the point where I was very frustrated with the main character because I'm like, yo, my guy, you're pretty fucking smart. You've even dabbled with the idea of traveling through multiple dimensions or multiple universes. Why is this becoming so hard for you to fucking figure out, man?
Yeah, well, I
Like
think that
you ain't ever watched Doctor Strange,
yeah, this is a world
Doctor
where
Who, shit,
yeah, this is a world where
Doctor Quinn, Medicine Woman.
yeah, this is a world where the multiverse is not in the zeitgeist. It's like nowadays, if you see somebody who looks like a zombie, you know it's a zombie because you've seen a million zombie movies. In this world, they haven't seen a million multiverse movies like we have. So I think that is it
Said it didn't show anything. You don't see this?
Didn't show anything. That's weird.
Weird.
We just kicked off or something.
It was us just sitting in silence just now.
That's
well,
weird.
That's weird
because it's totally all right. We're gonna have to figure that out. But I did. Yeah, I'm enjoying this multiversal story.
Can you hear this?
An old friend, college buddy who's
Can't hear
won a
this.
prestigious award.
Let us know if you can hear this.
But on the walk home,
I guess when that
something happened.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So I guess when I changed it to this, you couldn't hear it. You can't hear this. Nah. It's like no, they can't hear this. Yeah.
Brain tumor, head trauma.
CT scan says no.
Yeah.
Maybe it's,
But you guys get the point anyway. You know what I'm saying? I got you to enough.
it sounds like he's crazy.
I'm not crazy.
He's not crazy.
So let me ask you a question because we get
No.
when he gets in this world, his wife is just an old friend. His rich best friend is basically in his shoes, where he's just kind of like poor, but like not well regarded as a scientist like he was in his world. But do you think that his best friend, the Jimmy Simpson character, the blonde dude, do you think that he's in on this whole time travel thing, or this
Jimmy? Oh, you mean Jimmy Simpson?
Friend.
Yeah, Ryan in the show. His name's Ryan. I was like, ain't no Jimmy in this show. Shout out to Jimmy though. He used to come into
Nick Poyle.
Yeah, he used to come into excuse me, Garage Pizza all the time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you remember telling.
Man,
Cool guy. Nice guy.
Cool guy. I just thought about DJ. I just thought about what Marcus said earlier.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, God.
But yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
Do you think that he's a bad guy that he
no
turns off?
I don't think he is that.
No.
No, he doesn't even like Ryan in his universe.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
no.
well, yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like he does.
He don't fuck with him. He didn't pay him for whatever he did for him, and so yeah, no. I'm going with big no. I think Ryan is the black dude in his universe to the.
That's
what I'm saying.
That's what it seems
because like he said, I ain't talked to you since college, nigga. Like he's like looking at him like, yo, nigga, I ain't talked to you in like 28 years.
Yeah.
So maybe that's how bad Jason feels about his Ryan.
Mhm.
Like, nigga, I ain't talked to you in 20 years. Nigga, like,
Right.
get out my face. We got mutual friends. That's how you know me.
You know what? It actually, you know what? It seems like they're a little bit closer in his life. He just seems like, you know, maybe there's a little distance there. But if correct me if I'm wrong, the black dude, I forget what his name is, and
Doesn't matter.
But the black dude, he's the one who's like, when you know, McPoyle is talking to dude in the bar, and
Ryan.
Ryan, yeah, that's what I said. When he's talking to Jesse Jason in the bar about like offering him the job in the first place, isn't he saying it's like, oh, our friend, the black dude, he has this company and he wants us to go do the thing. So he's like the main
but he
guy,
still hadn't
right?
talked to him in like 30 years. And I think he's trying to get that. That's the company that he ends up starting.
Right.
I think.
So okay, gotcha.
So because he never hung out with that dude, because he never continued his path hanging out with the black dude, he never became a millionaire.
Yeah.
Dummy.
It's like an interesting.
Should have more black friends. If you had more black friends, your ass would have been a millionaire.
That's the moral of the story, really.
And you would have had your same hot wife.
Same hot
wife.
wife.
Your life could have been better than evil Jason. You out here playing around. But with Legos and shit.
I liked a lot of the I guess, like, you know, the espionage part of the film, where, you know, Joel Edgerton is trying, like, running from this secret organization. I felt like one of my problems with Severance.
Did we explain what happens?
Not really.
Yo, I'm gonna explain what happens real quick.
Okay.
So, yo, check it out. This nigga, he gets mad drunk because he don't get this job that he wanted. Basically, he wanted to win this like Pulitzer Prize of science type shit. Yeah. He ain't win that bitch. His homie won it. And his homie called him and tell him, like, yo, nigga, I won. I know you should have won. You should have won. You know, should have been you. No, then he go get drunk. He's like, fuck the world. And he walks the long way to his car, which is dumb. Don't ever do that, people.
Yeah, it works. Don't down the darkest alley.
First of all, don't drink and drive. Second of all, don't walk down an alley while you're drunk. But anyway, he does that, and then he gets robbed by this nigga with a mask. And then nigga came down on him with the gat. Like, yo, cuz, empty your pockets, get in the car, pop him one time, you know, it's scary. And then he like knew.
Very scary. Well,
anyway, I ain't gonna go through all the details, but he get him to the spot. He told him, get your ass out. Just threw him down on the ground. I was like, damn, that's not necessary. And he's just like, get butt naked. I was like, yo.
Bucket naked.
I was like, yo.
Yeah.
So he's not gonna kill him. Why are you getting bucket naked? You know what I'm saying? So he gives him bucket naked, and he tells him,
don't make this weird.
He had a bag that was already set up waiting for him. Right? So then, you know, he tells him, like, who are you? He asks, who are you? Why are you doing this? He's like, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. Cut the black. Well, you know, we find out that dude was him. He was that dude. He was the dude robbing the dude, pretending to be a dude who don't know about a dude, who's mad at another dude.
That's
Woo!
True. It's like
shit.
16 walls.
16 walls, man. Knocked them all down.
All down.
And so, yeah, then, you know, we go on to find out that the new Jason is smashing the old Jason's wife, who was just his ex. So that's how much of a dickhead must you be that you fucked up your chance to be happy, and you're gonna fuck up a different you's chance to be happy.
Right.
This is some real sinister Rick Sanchez shit.
Diabolical shit. Yeah. Yeah. This is some super Rick Sanchez.
This is like
shit.
evil Rick shit.
And I feel, I feel like this might go in a very grounded, dramatic Rick Sanchez place.
This is like if this nigga blew up his own wife and then got mad at him own self. and then decided, well, I'll just take one of them niggas' wives. Like, this is insane. What you looking for?
I was looking for the poster for the show because, like, I didn't watch anything about the show before. I actually watched the episode, but when I finally did, and I was like, okay, let me check out some media for it. I was kind of surprised that, like, in this poster, it feels very Rick Sanchez. Like, you see an infinite amount of Joel Edgerton's, which is really, really crazy. I was like, is this what the show is going to turn into? Are we going to get really fucking weird with it?
That would be pretty fucking cool. Because what if the other guys are like, yo, I like her too, nigga. Hold on. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
But he did tell her,
Jennifer Connelly,
he did tell her that he excuse me. So evil Jason's Jennifer, what's her name in the show?
Daniela.
Evil Jason's Daniela was telling good Jason that evil Jason told her that he found out that there was an infinite amount of them, personally them, that meet each other. And some of them have like universes where they are even together, where they even get married and have kids and shit.
Right.
So that was like what's after the clip that I was just showing earlier. So what if the other he's like some Kang shit? What if the other he's find out about them? And what if he's find out about the bad he's and try to warn him about the bad ones? And now he got to find the bad ones and keep the bad ones from killing the good ones?
Yeah.
Or what if the good ones is killing all the bad ones? Or what if the good ones is the bad ones because they're killing all the bad ones, but don't even really know which bad ones is bad?
Yeah, like when it comes to like these
this kind of stuff could go all over the place, man.
That's the wildest thing about like these kinds of stories, because like it always makes me think of that episode of Rick and Morty where like it's like the time paradox where like the snakes keep doing a Terminator until like everybody's trying to get ahead of the last person who went back in time.
Oh, that Rick and Morty episode where the snakes.
Yeah, it's a beautiful episode. But looking at that poster for Dark Matter is I just keep like thinking, it's like, are things going to get infinitely out of hand? Is this going to get into a crazy, super wild sci-fi spectacle?
Infinitely out of hand sounds like the title to a Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah, but you had to like put a Morty in there or something like that, or a Rick. Infamortally out of hand, Rick. I don't know.
Out of Rick's hands.
Out of Rick's hands. That'll work.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Out of Rick's hands. That's a great episode title for Rick and Morty. And actually, we're at the point right here where we could probably get like there's enough time for them to get a Dark Matter episode.
Yeah.
By the time the next Rick and Morty comes out, there's enough time for them to get a Dark Matter episode done.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a Dark Matter reference in the next season.
Can't wait.
I cannot wait for that.
Can't wait. Alex,
but before we
we're gonna close this conversation and then we're gonna move on to X-Men.
Before we do,
Willy Wong.
Before we do, I just want to.
I want to go get drink.
Okay,
but you have a question for me for this bout of television we are talking about right now, sir.
Yeah, I just before we close this out, because there's not a lot that happens in these two episodes. It's a lot of Joel or Jason just like running around trying to figure out what's happening. But at the end of episode 2, right before Jason and his alternate version of his long lost love in this universe are getting together, Jennifer Connelly, the bad guys show up and they shoot Jennifer Connelly straight up in the motherfucking forehead.
They shot evil Jason's Jennifer in the head.
I was shocked.
I was mad.
I was pretty bad too.
I was mad.
like,
And then you know what I said? Damn, this show must be finna be really good. Cause I'm mad. And nigga, I seen this bitch 2 episodes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm big
It evokes
mad.
this kind of emotion. Yeah, this is probably gonna be pretty good.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be decent. I'm not mad at it. I was mad.
Yeah, you were mad.
I'm very mad. But I have a feeling, like we just said,
Narratively,
I feel like we're gonna get more Jennifers
yeah.
or Deanna's.
Daniela
Vargas. But what was her name? No, his name, Jason Darvies. Jason DiBiase.
Oh yeah, Jason DiBiase.
Jason Duvall.
Jason Destin. That's a stupid name.
Jason Destin. That is a really fucking bad TV name.
That's a really
Jason
bad name.
Destin.
It's fucking stupid. Come on, man.
They could have said
Write
Jason
better names.
Destin. At least like Destin the medicine. Destin.
Oh yeah,
Like the little shit you put on your body.
Yeah, even if that's the guy's name in the book, just change it.
Just change it. That was dumb. I
Um,
mean, by the way, never heard of this book before.
never heard of it. But
I think I
apparently,
already said that, but
yeah,
Bad.
I'm curious, like the differences between the book and the series.
bad form on my part.
But are you gonna go make a drink while we?
I
move
am,
on to the next subject.
Yeah, but you got to inform the people who just got here what is coming up and what's happening with Does It Hold Up?
Okay.
Because we're also gonna switch up the order and how those come out and stuff coming up soon. So it's it's okay that you gave him 2 on accident quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, hold on, let me go grab a drink.
All right. Yeah. Do your.
I'll be
thing.
right back. Can you put the what you call it music on the Jeopardy music?
Sure.
Oh, no, we don't have Jeopardy music.
It's like, do we have that?
Just joking.
Yeah. So for everybody who is joining us, we have a little show called Does It Hold Up, where we talk about classic genre films to see if they're as good or as bad as we remember. That comes out every other Monday at 4:20 a.m. We had a little snafu where we had an episode of Mad Max that came out last week. It's supposed to come out next week. And our episode of Planet of the Apes 2001 starring Mark Wahlberg was supposed to come out last week. That has not come out. But we're gonna be dropping that tomorrow. So you guys can definitely check that out tomorrow. We apologize for the late drop, but yeah, you guys are gonna get a boatload of content very, very soon. And we appreciate everybody who's watched the Mad Max episode of Does It Hold Up. It was a super fun time with Morbid Zoo. Hopefully we'll get her back on our Twister episode. That's what I'm hoping for.
Twisters.
She's got an emotional attachment to that movie. I really can't wait to see what
And watch
she has
out
to say
for Surf Ninjas at some point. So
Yeah, that's right. Surf Ninjas, man. Oh, man. When are we gonna drop that one?
I don't know. Well, I'm not going to announce any interviews that we're doing because I don't want them to not have happened.
Right. Yeah. Don't jinx it.
Yeah.
Well,
But we got interviews coming, y'all.
we do.
I don't know how we're going to release those, but we're going to make sure it's in high quality for y'all. So, don't trip. Don't trip. It's coming. We're going to let you know about it.
Yeah.
Just like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Like and subscribe.
Well, not
Like
even like and subscribe, but just go ahead and click the bell so that you make sure we can get you the notifications. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we usually put stuff in the community tab if you're just following us on
If
YouTube.
you really don't want to follow us on YouTube and subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Instagram or on Twitter, and that way you get the notification on there like, oh, look, there's a new video out, and then you can go over there you can go to YouTube from Instagram or Twitter, you know what I'm saying? Or likewise, or
Letterboxd.
And yeah, if you hit us up on one of those,
Nobody goes on there.
you can just switch over. Or if you just listen to podcasts, mostly, we got like what's the other one? Apple Podcasts, all the podcast stuff, Spotify, all that shit. So
YouTube
anyway,
music, if you're watching us on YouTube, if you're listening to us wherever you listen to your podcast, we appreciate you.
That's right.
But we're gonna move on to our last topic of the night. Oh, what? You got a sound cue? Oh,
yeah, I got a sound cue. There's somebody at the door, Alex.
Is that a different doorbell?
Yeah, man, we got new sounds, man. We got new sounds. You want to hear some more? I got some more. Hold on. Yeah.
That's one of those new sounds.
I got a really good one here.
These nuts.
It's going
Which
down
one is
today.
Is that this one?
None of this matters.
Yeah, you can read.
Oh, you got that one. That one's good too.
You Welvin the Great.
So yeah, you can play with this all day, Alex.
That's great.
What was the other one?
Go
Don't
outside.
matter.
Yeah.
It don't
None of
matter.
this matters.
None of this matters.
This one you'll have to turn it all the way up because it's not loud.
Music.
Oh yeah, we got.
I see dead people.
Oh yeah, that's great.
I gotta replace that with X-Men, but
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about this episode of X-Men, and that was their theme song. Like they just changed their theme song for this
Yeah.
week. It's like,
You know
no,
what?
we're playing.
Alex, what are we talking about today?
Oh man,
I see dead people.
What are we talking about today, Alex?
we are talking about X-Men 97, episode 9. Toleration is Extinction, the penultimate episode of this
Penultimates
continuation of the
are
90s animated series.
Ultimate's got it lit outside right now.
Producer T, thanks for joining us on this conversation. What was your initial thoughts on the 70 last episode of this season?
I mean, yeah, I finally caught up on it, so I've been marathoning everything. It was crazy. They're doing a lot of stuff in this show that's based from the comic books. I was not even expecting what happened to happen. I was like, they're not gonna do that, are they? And then they did it, and I was like, oh, damn, they doing for some crazy shit.
Yeah, man. Yes, I know what you're talking about. We can just go ahead and get straight to it. You're talking about.
I just kind of want to point out how there would never be a really good villain league with them, or if I was in a villain league in the X-Men, I would definitely not want to work with Mr. Sinister.
Oh no. Yeah, we were talking about that.
So fucking creepy. Like he's the creepiest fucking dude ever. Like if everybody's just sitting there pitching their plan, Magneto's like, I am gonna get a giant asteroid, a bunch of metal, and I'm gonna make us our own society where we can be free. We can have jobs for all this. All the mutants gonna get together, and then why can't I think of her name? Mystique would be all like, "Oh yeah, certainly, I'm gonna take over a couple senators and stuff and pretend I'm them, and that way we could get you all kinds of crazy laws passed and stuff." Pyro's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna help rob some banks so we get money for this," and then Mr. Sinister's just sitting there like, "And I'm gonna make a clone of Cyclops and Jean and watch them fuck."
Yeah, no, he's always
like, "No, bro, you get out of here, get out of the fucking."
he's always talking about he's a child diddler. I don't know no other way to say it. You've been following two kids for their entire life, and not only these kids, but their family members for generations and generations before them.
You're specifically
You are
genetically.
Yeah. I love your genitals.
He's just weird. He's like, "Nope, can't work with him. Don't put him in any kind of."
He's like, Gene, I've been inside you.
What was the rest of Bastion's plan involving Mr. Sinister? Because Mr. Sinister's plan was just, I'm watch these two fuck. I'm gonna make a clone baby watch him fuck now.
I'm gonna send this.
That was his part of the plan for Bastion. I was like, "You're creepy.
You know
You had
what?
no other plan."
You just brought up something really important right there, Terry, because if I'm Cyclops, I ain't fucking in the dark no more. Like Sinister could just be
Nope.
For the corner, yeah.
Lights on.
That nigga is Shadows. No,
I want to see
nigga.
the Mr. Origin where he sees like species at like 4 years old and it just like changes his life.
His voice sounds like a nigga in the
But
corner.
you know what was real creepy is when he like, stood out from the shadows to reveal she's a clone. Like he didn't like psychically appear to her. He wasn't like just there. He came through the fucking baby monitor.
Yeah.
That's
What a creep. Who does that, man?
setting way to enter a room.
Way better way to just like the baby. Creepy dog. You can't work with me. You can't be on my team of evil villains, bro. I know we be killing people and stuff, but you take it too far.
Yeah, no, Sinister is truly Sinister. Whoever came up with that voice at first, like the first guy, dude, he check on him, please. In more than one way. Let's make sure he's okay, but let's also make sure he's not diddling no children or grown people.
Or grown people.
Grown people can get diddled too. That's how Diddy taught us. Diddy taught us.
For the most part, every episode in this season has had some like sort of like narrative bombshell. Like pretty much every episode has had like whoa, what the fuck kind of moment, and this episode is no different.
That's what I've done for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, like pretty much
at least
every episode. And like we alluded to it a little bit earlier. I like kind of wanted to get to it. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Like the very iconic moment where Wolverine gets the adamantium stripped out of him. Producer T, what did you think of this moment and like this like parallels with the comics that this show is kind of like built itself on from the beginning?
That was wild and crazy. And I was not expecting them to do that, but I guess they know that X-Men 97 ain't really for kids like it used to be. This is for you were a kid and you watched this and now you're an adult. So here's the adult continuation of what you've been watching. So I thought that was wild. But I also just kind of think Cyclops did that shit on purpose.
Yes,
revenge to Wolverine for always trying to fuck around on teams.
He
built some teams.
Why can't you just why can't Cyclops? He shot at Professor X. Why can't you shoot at this nigga Magneto?
Yeah, like aiming in the right direction, dog.
But he picked the teams to like go to battle. Why wouldn't he be like, you, Wolverine, who's made out of metal, probably shouldn't go on team A because we're gonna be fighting Magneto. You should go with people on team B.
I absolutely agree. Because
he was like, no, Wolverine.
Yeah.
You should help me fight Magneto.
I said to myself, when he did that, when he did that, I was like, man, are they gonna take out the adamantium from Wolverine? That's when I thought about it, because they clearly could have moved. They don't in the original series, they basically try to stay away from that a lot.
They did, they really did. And like the whole time growing up, I'm just like, why is this metal man trying to fight fucking Magneto? He could just fuck him up. Yeah. And then when they were like, just based on all the episodes so far, I was like, I kind of feel like they might show it. I think they might go there. I feel like this show would go there.
What was interesting to me about this ending was that like they get there to fight Magneto and Rogue and what's his name, Sunspot or Rodrigo. They're defending Magneto, and Wolverine tries to like kill Magneto like right off the rip, and Rogue like catches him and hits him, and she's like, you're playing to kill. And
playing for keeps. Wolverine said, I'm playing for keeps.
Keeps, yeah, whatever. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. She would say that because, like, duh, I'm trying to kill this nigga. Like, what you talking about, bitch? Like, oh, but even then, when he stabs through Magneto, he says, you know, I've been through a lot of wars, bub. The brave are always the first to die. And then Magneto says, "Oh, Wolverine, now we can end this." Now he's like, now this back and forth finally ends or whatever. But it was almost like he was trying to say that they've been doing this cat and mouse game of like Venture Brothers proportions. It was like, oh, we just meet up every once in a while and like shoot at each other and don't hit each other and just play around, and then never gonna actually kill each other. We're never actually gonna kill each other. Like, I was just joking when I said I was gonna blow the world. Like, oh, you know I wasn't gonna do that. I love y'all. But now he done crosses the line. He's like, oh no, nigga, I've been wanting to kill your ass for a minute.
It's a very it's a very clever way of showing like not retconning their past, but just being like the reason that they weren't doing more lethal attacks on before, but on each other before, because obviously Wolverine can stab people. Obviously, Magneto could rip the metal out of his body, but there is a certain amount of respect and non-lethalness to their interactions that they understand with each other. It's like, I'm not trying to kill you, I just want to stop you. But now that Wolverine has crossed that line, is like, I'm gonna stab to kill. Magneto's just like, you want to hit niggas with trash cans.
You want to hit niggas with garbage cans.
Like that, then it totally changes the game. Now, like, I really like that moment.
Now I got to cut you.
Like,
well, you know what? Also, all these years we got all these jokes about, like, with Wolverine being like, all right, finally I get to put some, like, you know, saying like, I think I got a way to air him out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it's like this
all these
like
claw puns, these all claw puns that claws come out on at the end. Finally, this nigga, because it started to sound like a nigga that just talk shit but don't never do nothing. You know, if
you
them
know, I
nigga
got the gun in the truck.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The nigga come up on me, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm gonna hit him with that pop, 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 you know what I'm talking about?
Okay, man.
I was like, all right, bro. No, for real though, because you know I ain't scared. Because I ain't scared. See, they fuck around with that. What was that? What was that? Was that you?
Gosh. Oh gosh.
Oh my god.
But Terry, like, did you
yeah,
like
he finally killed somebody. I mean, he finally let off one. He finally actually shot that bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, did you like that moment as far as like that?
Before you go to Terry, I want to play this right here. I mean, read this comment here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the fifth Banthas said in the chat. So Cyclops totally sent Wolverine on Magneto team, knowing that he's full of metal. Also, he wasn't on Jean's.
Straight up. That's what I said.
Yeah. What was you about to ask Terry?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I was gonna ask you, how did you feel about this moment and just like that level up in maturity? Do you think that this is like on brand for, I guess, like the Disney Plus of it all with this show?
It felt like it was on brand. Just basically when he dropped that line of like, you know, oh, you serious? I was like, I'm done playing games with you, bro. And I was like, oh no, he's about to do it. I knew it. I was like, oh, he's gonna do it now. Like that line just aired, was just the reveal of you know what's about to happen. If you know what's about to happen, if you know, you know. Like, that was the line to like let you know what was about to happen.
I can't imagine how it must have felt for the people who've never seen that or didn't know about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I really wish I had not known or had been able to anticipate that was going to happen.
Right.
Because I remember reading it for the first time, and actually, hold on, we're gonna get to that. Okay, go ahead, because I'm gonna look something up while you read that. Go ahead and read that.
Okay, I'm gonna read it. I really and the anti-idiotic said, I really want Kitty Pryde to be Tom Holland's Spidey new girlfriend in the MCU. Well, that I appreciate the comment, Mr. Anti-Idiotic. Who would you cast as Kitty Pryde?
Yeah, look, yeah, you know what? We need more details, dog.
I want to know
who
who your
would you
Kitty Pryde
cast? Who is Kitty Pryde in your
Yeah,
mind?
if we're now talking about live action, you're
We
saying
gon-
Tom Holland's body, then
Right.
who would be a good Kitty Pryde?
I don't know. Put it in the comments. Who would be your Kitty Pryde?
Good Kitty Pryde? That's a good question. I did like no.
I've been liking that meme going around with Storm, who's just like, why is Professor X back? Where's Gambit? Where's y'all's baby? Madeline, who? I've been going for 5 fucking minutes. And I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't gone long. Man,
where they gone that long, and all this shit's just popped off. It's just like I leave you motherfuckers alone for 5 minutes. The baby's gone. You're telling me there are 2 genes? Who the fuck was Madeline Pryor? Where's my homie Remy? I ain't throwing no gumbo. Where Remy at?
Where is Remy at?
Where is Remy?
The fuck is there a big statue outside of Gambit? What the hell is going on? Why is there a statue of Gambit outside? Like,
window. There we go.
Oh, we're pulling up the comic book panel that
I can't see it on here.
This episode.
It's not pulling up. Just like, where's this window?
I don't know.
Oh, it closed. Oh, I got it. Sorry, y'all.
Okay, got it.
Boom. Here we go. So just wanted to pull up this iconic fucking piece of comic book art here. We've got
this.
This is the panel. I can't remember which fucking comic book it is, but this is the panel where Wolverine gets his adamantium taken out of him. Yeah, I was gonna say, can I zoom in here? If you look here, Xavier says the exact same shit that he said in the TV show.
Yeah.
Well, I guess rather he said the same thing that he said in the comic book and the TV show.
Yeah.
No, Magnus, for the love of God, don't do it. Oh man, when he said that shit, I was like, oh man, you know what? I wasn't really feeling this Xavier voice actor, but that part I was like, all right, he nailed it. He
stuck the landing on that one. But yeah, this is a really great moment. I remember, I'm sure like me, you, Adam reading this in Alabama and being like, whoa, like it's a crazy moment in this
them them broke days, boy. We all get one comic book and read that bitch.
Yeah. And Adam, and shout outs to Adam, our brother Adam. He was like, he gave us the Bible on X-Men. He's the reason why I know that Cable is Cyclops' son and weird shit like that. And Mr. Anti-Idiotic said the girl from Booksmart.
So that's who should be his Kitty Pryde.
Caitlin Devers. Yeah, she's
Caitlin
good.
Devers.
She's good. She's good. Oh man, that's a really good casting. Yeah, that's actually a really good fucking casting.
Goddamn, Mr. Anti-Idiotic.
That's you know what? That's a really great recommendation.
But it also
Goddamn,
says
that's
exactly
like
what he wants. Says exactly what Mr. Anti-Idiotic wants to see. Tell you what he wants to see. He wants to see some cheeks slapping.
Yeah, I mean, more power to him. He knows what he likes.
Said, y'all get out there and cheeks slap.
She'd be good.
That's a bad one. Don't go with that one.
No, don't go to that. Okay.
Don't go with that one.
I just chose a random one.
I got
that's Ron Perlman.
Yeah. And it wasn't. It was a monkey. An ape.
All right, what's your opinion on this? We're gonna pull it up. Terry, do you think this would be a good Kitty Pryde?
Why is it not sharing on this one?
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Oh yeah, I just looked her up. Yeah, that seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's not letting us share.
You seen Booksmart or anything she's been in?
Oh, I know why.
I don't think so.
She was in what was that?
I wanted to say Magneto had a good line. I kind of expected him to say something a little bit more, but when he like just slapped that piece of metal on Charles's mouth, I wanted him to say "Shut up, Charles," but he just said "Shut up."
Yeah.
Fuck Charles.
I liked the
Is that a
the
meme or
intention, but I
something?
didn't-
Because it felt like it landed for more than what
I wasn't sure if they were trying to like copy the Juggernaut bitch stuff. But he's always like, "Fuck you, Charles. Shut the fuck up, Charles.
Shut up, Charles.
Get out of my head, Charles." I was just hoping he would say, "Shut up, Charles."
you can't be me, Charles.
Oh man, I gotta pull up some Juggernaut bitch sound bites before the final episode for sure. The fifth Bantha said one of the craziest comic book runs is the run with the adamantium being stripped. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a crazy sequence. And growing up, like most of the comics that I was reading had Wolverine with the bone claws, and I think that's one of the reasons Adam was like, "Oh, you don't even know," and that's why we ended up reading this comic where he gets.
But apparently, his healing factor gets better after after the adamantium is removed from his body. So I think so. We've all been happy, basically, that they didn't use Wolverine too much in this series, because they used him so much in the series before. Well, actually, he had a perfect amount. It's just that we've had 28 Wolverine movies since.
Yeah, he's always the focal point in like the movies,
right? And we had 2 animated TV shows about Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine and the X-Men.
So I think people are just exhausted on that from that front, and him not really playing a huge part in this series so far really allowed for every other character to be introduced and breathe, and also sets it up where next season Wolverine has a lot to overcome. So those of you who want your Wolverine, you'll get it most likely in a form that we did with Storm. I'm not trying to rhyme. Where
Form Storm,
yeah. But yeah, like where we don't spend too much time with it, but we do get that walk, that journey where he has to find himself. But the adamantium caused his body to be poisoned constantly, so it was literally killing him all the time. But his healing factor was keeping him, alive. But now that he doesn't have adamantium in him, he's technically a bit stronger, technically a bit more keen to his senses. And
he should be faster too.
Yeah, definitely
lighter. Definitely way lighter on his feet now.
Definitely lighter, definitely faster. Yes, sir. Yes, exactly.
Man, he could be like Goku, the weight vest,
Or yeah, basically. I was also watching the video. It was like, what if he was replaced with vibranium instead of adamantium? And they were like going over, like, yeah, he wouldn't be being poisoned to death right now.
He wouldn't be poisoned, but he also wouldn't be as heavy because it's lighter.
And he wouldn't be as heavy. Yeah. So without it, so I was like, yeah, then he's definitely way lighter now.
Who knows? Yeah, man. Maybe he can go to Black Panther and he can hook him up to T'Challa, hook his ass up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Vibranium.
Then he can go up on Cyclops and be like,
"These nut."
You get Cyclops here, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of here, the son. He's like, what you mean?
"These nut."
That's what I mean, son.
And I guess like to work backwards a little bit more on
we've talked about the end.
Yeah, we talked about the
really
end.
quick. Well, we got to, man. People that's what people that's the only reason. Look, 25 people left when we stopped talking about it. Because they was like, all right, that's what I needed to hear.
Like,
that's the only reason I came here today.
But I'm curious, like, how you guys felt about the leading up to the mission itself, because I was getting like goosebumps with I always love it when the X-Men break off into teams, because there's always like 156 X-Men. So like when they are able to break them off into different teams, they're both teams are able to use their
in the comics. It's always like really there's not a lot of X-Men in the TV show,
right? Yeah, and I know
you're exaggerating, but we have added some X-Men in this case. So
Yeah.
there are a lot more than there normally would be, kind of like in the comics.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and I was reading X-Men versus Avengers like while I was watching like while I've been watching this season. But producer T, like, what did you think of like the action in the mission and like the animation as it still continues to impress for you?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I really like Team 2's mission of trying to take down Bastion and his just fuck ton squad of Sentinels. That like, how does that go unnoticed by anyone that he's just making all these robots over and over again? How does that just slip? How does nobody see that with all the mutant powers that they got? No one sees them making all these damn robots.
Yeah, it's like the Galapagos Islands are just like not on their radar for some reason.
Just not paying attention to all this metal and stuff that's just somehow appearing in large shipments and stuff. Like, no one noticed a bunch of just cargo ships coming there all of a sudden every so often. Nope. Okay. He was just building that shit undisturbed. All right. But yeah, I like how they split up because then like there are always so many of them to like go do different things because it's it's the X-Men. It ain't no X-Man. You about to get jumped. That's what they look. All these people just to fight Magneto. They jump niggas. That's why I like the X-Men.
they gang.
Real.
Yeah. Gang.
And I always like these sort of
I see dead people.
and I always like these sort
That's
of
what
like,
they play when they get ready to go fight Magneto.
he's like, let's get hype. I always like these sort of stories in the X-Men comics where one team's success is dependent on the others. It's like they're working separately, but if this team doesn't succeed, then this team fails. Kind of like a Die Hard.
It's
with
like
a
we got to
Vengeance,
turn this key
Samuel
at the
Jackson.
same time.
Yeah, or like Die Hard with a Vengeance, Samuel Jackson, Bruce Willis kind of situation. But what?
Oh, why?
Because like what he says, like Bruce Willis says to Samuel Jackson is like, if I fail, you cover my ass. If you fail, I cover your ass.
And what if we both fail?
We're both fucked. But yeah, in that sense, like I really liked this episode where they're
Hold on, sorry. We gotta take a bow on that. One. That's right.
That was a nice Die Hard.
We did the Die Hard with the Vengeance. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to check us out, we will be at the Monte Vista Theater every Tuesday at 9:00 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be there performing reenactments of Die Hard with a Vengeance. That's right.
Lothelia said in the comments, let me hear you say "Obi ho,
Obi ho."
Oh man,
I mean, look, Kendrick's not. Excuse me. For those of y'all who don't know, Kendrick's not copyright striking anybody who uses the song. So that's why you've been hearing niggas on YouTube just use it. Hey, motherfucker might not even be a fan of Kendrick. It's just like this.
But also that.
No, for real. It's just like that. Like for Drake.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's I'm very curious what next year.
Don't nobody like you might not even know who Drake is. You playing motherfucker. They not like us because
they not like us.
It's free.
It's a bop. It's free. Yeah.
Nigga, it's free. It's a bop. Who gives a fuck if it's a bop? I can just have it. Have it play
in the background.
In the background.
The podcast.
It deserves it because this is a fucking beatdown for real. You talked about the animation earlier.
Yeah.
What in the world, dude? Super Saiyan modes. Like, we need a new Dragon Ball Z. Fuck the Dragon Ball Z Kai shit. We need to get some shit like this. I feel like this is the most anime episode we've seen so far. And I think that I've been seeing the balance of it in my opinion the entire time. This scene was just straight up anime style, like the shots, everything, like that right there. That shot right there was solid.
Yeah.
This right here is solid anime.
Yeah, I'm really loving how anime has just become like more evocative. Like anime is very evocative in general. Like it's so emotionally charged. And I like how it's finding its way into like a lot of Western media. Even Creed 3 was like very anime. Visually.
Creed?
Yeah, like have you seen Creed 3?
No, I haven't seen any of them.
It's like a live
I'm,
action anime.
I'm not that interested in like any Rocky movie. And so then
Fair
the
enough.
Creed movies, I'm like,
That is fair.
yo, it's just a nigga Rocky? Oh no, I don't need to see that either.
That is fair.
It's nigga Rocky, nigga.
Yeah. But like I like how like anime has just like sort of like made its way into a lot of Western media, and yeah, like it definitely has like in like a lot of the action. Even Invincible had a lot of anime like techniques and like inspiration in the animation. But I guess since we're moving backwards, let's move backwards a little bit more. Oh, sorry. A little frothy said, "Obi, how?" Magneto said, "What the fuck is this? A 20 versus 1, nigga?"
Yeah, Magneto getting his ass whooped by all these. Actually, he was whooping their ass. He was taking it easy on
He did. I mean, and then he pretty much whooped the ass. So
He was taking it easy on him, apparently, because then he gets stabbed in the goddamn chest through the back. He's just like this. Oh, now y'all got to cut you. Like,
Yeah.
all of
And
a sudden, now you're gonna fight?
because he loves Charles, and at the same time he kind of sees these
Charles.
he sees these guys as children, because like in this respect he could have taken Wolverine's adamantium out of his body from the beginning of the fight and then killed everybody else with the adamantium. Like he's that powerful, but he's always been treating these guys with kid gloves, and that kind of shows in this final scene in this
But that's what I was referring to, the Venture Brothers like style of how they're doing it. Like, for those of you who never watched the Venture Brothers is basically a animated show in which there are supervillains and heroes, but they never are trying to kill each other. They actually have
there's a whole like set of rules that they go by.
exactly, and they're one of the main rules is don't fucking kill your nemesis, or don't and don't kill your the villain.
Yeah, the
Like,
guild
if
of
you kill-
calamitous intent.
Yeah, if you kill your villain, then it's like, yo, son, he was not gonna kill you. You know that. Like, why did you kill him? It's so disrespectful.
Yeah.
So yeah, which somehow Brock he gets away with all the time. I almost call him Brock Lesnar, but
yeah, there must be different rules for the OSI. We need to have a whole different Venture Brothers podcast.
Yeah, but I feel like I think if they break a rule, then they can like get killed, and like henchmen don't count. Unfortunately,
yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Henchmen don't
Yeah.
count. So yeah, that's right. I forgot. Brock only kills henchmen, and he kills a lot of them. But anyway,
because technically Brock is a henchman, so he can also get capped.
technically,
He
Yeah.
can get clapped anytime, but you're not clapping him. That's the problem. Is that you're not really. Like, they really should like elevate Brock to like heroes that are like, no, you're clapping too many dudes. Like, we got to put him
Right.
You are a hero. Like, you get your own supervillain at this point.
Yeah, he should have his own supervillain for sure. The fifth Bantha said in the chat, Creed series was great. Creed 3 was pretty anime. Yeah, for sure. And Ophelia says in the chat, Wolverine stabbed Wolverine, and Magneto said, "Oh, so we playing to kill?" Bet. Yeah.
he killed that nigga, or he tried to kill him, but actually he saved his life. He could have did that in a more controlled, slower way, and it would be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like, he helped. I ain't gonna say he saved his life, but he helped him maybe even live a little longer. But goddamn, nigga, you ain't have to pull it all straight up out my goddamn body like that. He had his ass twisted up. I wonder why they did that. Like, to me, the panel has always looked stupid.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And
I know it's controversial.
yeah.
It's always looked dumb to me. And the fact, because his body's twisted, like, he didn't pull his bones out, nigga. He pulled the adamantium off of his bones. So why is his body turn into gelatin all of a sudden? Is he like I mean,
He's like what's the boneless chicken from Cow and Chicken?
Was the adamantium eating away at his bones? Maybe they were like deteriorating them.
well, even if it was, he's constantly regrowing, but like it's I don't know. What were we about to say?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Okay, cool.
Well, actually, I wasn't gonna say anything. I was trying to find something.
What were you trying to find?
I was trying to find the cover for that comic
That
because
comic.
I thought that it looked a little different from the panel. But I will say, I don't remember in the comics you did mention that the adamantium.
Is this not it?
No, that's not it. That the adamantium was poisoning him. I do remember in the Logan movie that that was a plot point where the adamantium was poisoning his.
It's apparently in the
body.
comics too.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen it. I mean, read it. This is not it?
No, that's not it. I can't.
Uh,
I did a
This
poor,
isn't it?
I did a poor googling job. Like I
This
don't
ain't it.
think I put it.
No, I'm like, obviously none of this is it. You already looked at it. I'm just joking.
Yeah. I'm
But
I'm
anyway,
giving up
I
on
was
this
really
picture.
impressed with all that. But what were hold on. So we got to see the bike. Let's just talk about what people have been talking about on the internet, man.
Oh, what were they talking about?
The Toy Biz Wolverine bike. You didn't see it?
The Toy Biz Wolverine bike. Is this
Yeah.
what people are talking about from this episode?
Oh man, here I'll pull it up.
Yeah, do your thing. Yeah, I mean, Toy Biz used to be our life when we were kids for sure. Like we had a subscription. Well, our brother Adam had a subscription. Let's be real. But yeah, we used to read that shit all the time. Do you remember Toy Biz? Do you remember Toy Biz, Terry?
I want to say I had one, and it was for like over Todd McFarlane, or did Todd McFarlane have his own toy magazine?
Was was Toy Biz a Todd McFarlane thing? I don't know.
I have no
That would
Do
make
a
sense.
lot of work with him,
Wait, what?
or did they do like a lot of? I feel like they did a lot of work with him to advertise his toys.
Yeah, because like that was definitely like a pivot for him where like that's probably where he makes most of his money now with the toy replicas and stuff now, right?
Who? What the fuck are y'all talking about?
Todd McFarlane, he created a Spawn, and he was a
Oh
image,
yeah.
creator.
But he's doing what?
He now like his big thing is I forget what the name of his company is, but he makes a lot of like comic book replica toys. They're like iconic.
He does?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what he always really did. He was a big toy maker.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Didn't know that. Found it.
Oh shit! I do remember this. Sorry, I do remember this. It looks like such garbage, but I loved this when I was a kid. It looks like dog shit.
I'm about to pull it up for you guys.
It's so stupid looking.
This is an action figure that we didn't personally own, but if you're watching, you owned this. You owned this, my guy. And we had a lot of fun with it because it is the dumbest thing on the planet. Not because of the claws in the front, not because of what looks like claws, but it's actually an exhaust in the back. It's because it came with Wolverine on the top of it. You could take him off, but he really just looked weird after that.
Yeah, he just stayed.
He just stayed like that. But you could take, but it was Wolverine with his mask on the top of it. I mean, on the bike, and then they had this little spot in the middle that opened up that had Logan's face.
Yeah,
with
right.
no mask on, just Logan's face. Is the dumbest shit ever.
So weird.
One of the worst toys ever. But they put it in here. This is in the hangar, the X-Men hangar for the X-Wing, and obviously other vehicles that in what is it called? Where more McTaggart is. What's his name?
Yeah.
Mirror Island.
Muir Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
So,
much money does Xavier got? Like they have gotten like 4 different X jets in this
nigga,
series alone.
how many do Xavier got? How much ducats does this dude did?
And who's building all this stuff? Like we finally see, Batman's homeboys Lucius Fox, and they're doing it out of Wayne Tech Garage. Like I get that. Like I see how you're doing. Who's doing all this shit for Charles? I know he's pretty public about everything, but they never really like show his company and how does he have so much money again?
Yeah, like I'm very curious because I haven't read a lot of comics that delve into his backstory. But I do remember in X-Men First Class, like they kind of allude that he's comes from just like old white British money. But I don't know.
That's why he feels so bad. It's slave money.
Right? It's just a lot of guilt coming from him.
His family gave out the first loan in Africa, I bet.
Just want to go
That's
through
why
some
he's
of
so
these.
rich.
Want to go through some of these comments real quick.
Yeah.
Mr. Idiotic says, "I hope we see Phantom X in season 2." This is Phantom X here.
Is it, I was reading X-Men versus the Avengers earlier today or yesterday, and I saw this character in the background. I was like, that dude looks awesome. Who is he? He looks like a mutant. I mean, he's a mutant, but he's just a dude with guns. I want to know his story.
Yeah.
How
They've mutated his hands. They've mutated.
These guns are always in my hand.
They've mutated to the point where they just come out of his hands like Wolverine's like Wolverine's claws. They're just guns just come out of my hands. Ophelia said, I'm not gonna lie, Charles got some nerve telling Magneto how to save mutants when he went to get the milk in space.
Right.
You know what I'm
gonna
saying?
go get a pack of cigarettes.
I'll be back. I'll be right back. When you gonna be back?
It don't matter. None of this matters.
Yeah, like there's a lot of Mr. Anti-Idiotic says, I hope we see Phantom X in season 2. Oh yeah, we talked about that already. And the fifth Banthas says Beast and Forge may be also he's a telepath that he can manipulate people, so money wouldn't be an issue, maybe.
So he's straight up just stealing it. All right.
Yeah, like, give me your money. Okay, here you go.
And that could be, because there have been stories in the comics where Xavier's a little morally ambiguous. Did you see Xavier as sort of an asshole in this episode? Because people were kind of dogging Xavier in this episode. Did you feel that tension between the students and Xavier as he tried to reconcile with them?
Tight.
Right? Yeah, I'm like, we're kind of tired of this shit, Charles. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I kind of would have been. I think I might have gone off with Rogue and what's his name, Sunspot, and would have been like, you know what? We have been fighting this good fight for a long time, and they just keep killing us. Fuck these people. I'm done.
I think it's funny. I think it would be so different if they'd just, because we're forgetting that this nigga really did almost die. Like, he didn't just leave Earth to go get some pussy. He left Earth because the nigga was about to die. If he'd have stayed on Earth, he'd be in the dirt. You know what I mean? And then, like, people still would have did all the things that they did.
Yeah.
At least he was able to come back and help now.
Right. He was a bit of martyr.
Yeah. Only after his marriage went awry.
His marriage didn't go right. He could have fought that because he's actually more powerful than all of them. He actually could have just been like, all right, nigga, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? You know what? You know what, goddamn it. If I say sit down, nigga, you sit down. If I stand up, you say how high, nigga, okay?
Yeah, like, and to that point, like, Magneto and Xavier are both in the crossroads where they're both like dealing with a life-threatening situation where they both could have died, and they're now seeing each other for the first time in a long time. Fifth Bantha says,
oh, you already said
no, sorry. Ophelia says Xavier the type of white man to show up on those For just a few cents a day, you can save the poor African child commercials.
For just 10 cents a day, you can provide $42 worth of food for one black nigga child. All you got to do is dial 888-888-8888.
Those Sarah Struthers videos. Yeah,
That's right.
It's very, very much that
With
that
fucking
vibe.
Enrique Iglesias. I can be your hero, baby. Just playing in the background. Just the piano part though.
Just it's like it's
for
very,
10 cents a day.
very instrumental. But I do
The
like
one Sarah McLachlan with the puppies. She gotta cut that shit
Sarah
out.
McLachlan's got
That
the
shit
fuck
is
on
dumb.
that.
I don't. Oh look, Lil Frothy said Sarah
Sarah
McLachlan. Nope. Get that bitch out of here. That's actually depressing.
Super
Well,
depressing.
isn't it fucked up that you feel worse about the dogs? Like you're like so sad about the dogs. You're like, shut the fuck up, Sarah McLachlan.
I just want to hear the dogs. I just want to see the dog's face.
No, it just makes you so sad. I don't want to see the dog's faces. Get this shit out of here. It's so depressing. Like I'd rather see the 10 cent the babies. Only reason I feel not bad or bad. The reason I don't feel bad about making fun of that commercial, but babies, okay, 10 cent babies. I don't feel bad about making jokes is because it's always the same baby. The you know what I'm talking about? The commercial has changed all these years. It's always the same fucking baby. We've been seeing the same baby since 93. And I know that nigga's like 34 years old. Yeah, that nigga's 34 years old now. Like, come on.
But
I don't know.
No.
Good points. I'm making good points.
You're making good points. I was like really just trying to remember what I was gonna say before.
I was trying to give you time. This is stalling. This is what stalling is.
But I'm curious at like what you guys think, because like producer T brought up a good point. You know, there's been a lot of times in X-Men, like whether it's the comics or the show, Utopia, Genosha, Asteroid M, like even Xavier's school, where they're trying to just like have a safe haven for mutants, and every time
Safe space.
Yeah, just a safe space. And every time something gets fucked up, there's a travesty where shit is blown up and people are killed tragically.
The BOH, they got Senator Kelly and stuff making laws, like all of them.
Right. And at that point, and when those things happen, a choice is made. And this is like one of those moments where, like, you know,
they coming in talking about all lives matter.
Right.
That's what Sebastian coming in saying. All lives matter.
And there's a point where like people like start choosing sides, and like, you know, we have like this moment where like Rogue and Rodrigo, where they decide they're gonna join the more militant cause. And I just really like this moment between Magneto and Xavier. It's just like a classic Charles and
said
Eric.
That's how Wolverine and Bishop would advertise the school. It's a safe space. It's a safe space. Your life been fucked up. Did someone send you through time and forget about you? Are you experiencing memory loss and large chunks of time missing from your life?
Is there another you running around?
Then come on over to the safe space that is Xavier's Academy for Mutants.
I'm on Magneto's side because they killed my boy Leech. They didn't have to kill that little boy like that.
I saw a young boy's eyes burn out of his skull.
Yeah.
After I promised him a paradise.
And I was like, you know what? You're right, man. I'm done. I'm done with these people.
Like, nigga, quit making promises you can't keep, goofy ass nigga. You told a little kid he wasn't gonna die. And
he told him he'll never have to be afraid again.
That's a lie. Big ass lie. That's a worse lie than you ain't gonna die. Because you know what? That nigga ain't a little kid. First of all, that nigga ain't no little kid.
Yeah,
he was not no little kid the first 5 seasons of this show in the 90s. This nigga's not a child. and then he called him a child. So
He got that Gary Coleman disease.
Yeah, he's a mutant, and he's also.
Let's just say he's a child. You should not be telling children he ain't never gonna get scared ever again in life, or he will never have a reason to be scared ever again in life. Boy, stop. That was your fault, Magneto.
He was a little.
You let Whitey trick you.
He was feeling.
He can't just take that on the chin. That's really Magneto's problem. Like, you let Whitey trick you. You put your guard down. What should the X-Men have been doing, Alex? What would Xavier have had them doing if Genosha had got created? Just you don't think you don't know?
Actually,
just think
I
about
don't, because like I don't know, because like I don't think that Xavier would have. Yeah, I don't know.
He would have sent somebody to check out Genosha. But then he would have sent somebody somewhere else to like check out some other shit. Like, yo, what is this? Like, who is involved in this? Like, what UN members is doing what? Like, let's just check out like 2 teams. Remember we were saying 2 teams? 2 teams. You know what I'm saying? You don't just go out there and just willy-nilly. They went out there with no guard up at all under Magneto's tutelage.
Yeah, like it's kind of like
Xavier would have sent them out there to check things out, like they did the first time they went to Genosha. Gambit, Jubilee, and Storm went there to check it out.
Right.
They didn't go there to be like, oh, we're joining up, we're gonna come live here. Like, no, man. The intention was always to be on inspector mode.
Yeah.
And Magneto was a failure at that. You can't be blaming nobody else for that, man.
Yeah, he was filling his oats a little bit too much. It does make me think about that Chris Rock joke where he's like, if I was on like the Regis and Kelly show, and then all of a sudden Regis pulls out a pencil and stabs me in the neck, is like, take that, you fucking nigga! Take that, you fucking nigga! I would have been like, I wouldn't be mad. I'd just be like, I should have seen that coming.
Should have seen that coming. He was too.
I was too comfortable.
He was far enough away where you should have seen that coming.
But
should have seen it coming, man.
It's one of those things. Like you know, like I feel like Magneto just got a little bit too. Maybe a little.
He got
bit
that big house. First of all,
like
we've never seen really, like, we've seen all the places that Magneto's lived. They're like these dark, damp layers of, you know, where he's hiding out from, you know, the rest of society, because he's a fucking terrorist. So he can't just be out and about. Finally, now he got the Xavier's mansion, and we've seen how much motherfucking money Xavier got.
Yeah,
this nigga got places on Bear Island. He got 18 Nightwings. He's got all kind of motherfucking money, right?
Yeah,
so
he got slave money.
He got slave money.
He got slave money, I'm telling you.
What about you?
He probably partnered, him and his family probably partnered up with Apocalypse or some shit to help him with the slave trade or something.
It's something like that.
That's the real conspiracy.
Now you know.
That's what we need to do. Where does Charles get his goddamn money from?
Now you know why Juggernaut's daddy was trying to get with Charles' mama so hard.
Yeah, because he knew they was rich, and he was like, and he was so mad at Juggernaut, like, you don't stop messing with this no fucking nerd nigga, you gonna make us poor again. That's why he loved him so much. He loved a little rich nigga, and his son was just being goofy, trying to fuck up the bag.
Yeah, that is facts, because like, yo, what is wrong with you, dog? Like, don't you see what we about to do?
Well, we about to make a come up.
What we about to do?
Don't you see what I'm doing for you? He gonna try and ruin it by beating up on that little nerd?
Your stepbrother got enough money to live in 3 different countries. Nigga, let me tell you something.
Your stepbrother could buy you.
Don't you want to do that? Don't you see what I'm trying to build for you, nigga?
Why you want to struggle? Athelia said in the chat, watch T'Challa go back to Claw's family line and find out Xavier was related to him. Oh shit, that would be hilarious.
Telling you.
Amazing.
Telling you.
And the Fifth Bantha said that Magneto was always right. Yeah, he's definitely always been more like, especially the way how actively aggressive the human element has been
over and over, like
comics. It's like, and like we said, like they've always tried to create a utopia. They've always had it destroyed. Magneto is proven right time and time again.
Until we reach our minimum.
Right, the economy wasn't even doing good, so it's like they weren't a threat in that way.
Sorry, I accidentally hit solo mode on ours. It just said we've reached our maximum limit of
N-words.
No, no, sorry. Never mind. I wish it said that. And the reason I can't say what it said now is just because that is it's nowhere near as funny as that. So yeah, so we're just moving right along.
You have used too many N-words today. But I guess we should move on just like to final thoughts on the episode. And this is the penultimate episode, the 70 last episode. Producer T, do you have anything that you're like looking forward to for the last episode of the season? Do you think this is like a red wedding episode where the final episode is not going to be as interesting, or are you expecting a big bombshell in the finale?
I kind of expect this more to have the big bombshell finale.
Okay.
I don't really have a clue of what it could possibly be, though. That's like what I'm trying to think of. What could possibly happen right now?
Yeah, like
yeah,
what
like
else
they
could
are.
happen?
Who haven't we seen that could like show up and turn the tide? And
Yeah, they pulled out the big bag in this one, but there's still
unless like Apocalypse shows up and stops everything, be like,
Oh,
no,
see,
the only person who's going to destroy the world is me, and you're like, nah.
Yeah, that has been my prediction the entire time. Is definitely, I believe we're getting Apocalypse what? Not tomorrow.
in 2 days.
Well, yeah, tomorrow at midnight. We'll be
So
seeing
it's like
Apocalypse.
with that, if we see Apocalypse, then they might bring in the 4 Horsemen of Apocalypse, and then we're gonna get like the resurrected Gambit, and that's how Gambit's gonna try and come back.
Before we go, because you jumped the gun on final thoughts, but Othelia said they said we don't want to hear you say nigga no more. Well, y'all gonna have to hear us say it though. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, but we look. We missed one of the most iconic parts of this episode, and I know for a fact no one's talked about it on any of the other channels that talk about the things that we talk about.
Okay.
Sinister versus Jean Grey. So the first series, Sinister did not move or did not turn. He never turned his body because the animation for Sinister was so detailed that it would have taken them like a year to animate him turning.
Yeah.
Right. and complete the rest of the episode.
Right.
So we finally got a battle with Sinister using his powers, doing something. And he was always getting shot and then just running off. You just get a hole put in his body by yeah.
We can see that he can regenerate and his like body is sort of like solid but malleable into fluid, but we don't really get to see the extent of his power.
His body is gak.
Yeah, basically.
His body is white gak with a leather, some kind of weird sexual leather thing going on, like
Sexual
dominatrix.
Like, and he purposely filed his teeth like that. That wasn't an ability or nothing. He did that to him. He is creepy.
Yeah,
he's just creepy.
He's a body mod guy, for sure.
Yeah,
and I feel like Sexual Leather is the name of his debut album.
Sexual Leather is his band.
We all Sexual Leather. 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, what did you think of this fight scene, Producer T, and like the animation and seeing Mr. Sinister and all his creepy glory?
It was pretty slick because every time, like you said, you would see Sinister, he wouldn't be turning around or moving. He'd get shot and be like, and then he'd just like slink away into the darkness. To actually see him do stuff and actually kind of like be pretty good, I was like, oh man, he's still creepy and not on my villain team though. I was like, I don't care how good you are fighting now, you're still not on the team, bro.
You still want to hang out with you with us. Yeah, Mr. Sinister.
Look, he's gonna come out of the dark right now. But also, I like how he was in the dark, or she was in the dark right here, and she just opened up the roof on his ass. Like, oh wait, the dark is gone. Now wait a minute. I want to show this one part that people have talked about. There's where she hits the Bo de Mayo sign. Where is it at?
Wait, what?
Damn, it's not in this clip. There's a De Mayo bowling alley or De Mayo diner or some shit like that.
Okay, I'll miss that.
That gets hit. So shout out to Bo de Mayo. I just want to give that dude a lot of credit right now as this plays, because man, this has been a really good show so far. That's some terrible places.
I was trying to
this has been a really good show so far. I have had no expectations because I had rewatched the entire series previously on X-Men.
Mm-hmm. Previously on X-Men.
You like that? You like that? Which is the name of the book about the series.
Good title.
But I had watched a lot of this and like reading up on the book and just doing a lot of research. And I was just like, man, this was not as good as people think it was. Like the show, you watched some of them with me. You didn't watch all of them with me, but it's not as good as you think it was. The stories are good because the stories were good in the comic book, but the show wasn't as great as we thought. Maybe we should do a series where we talk about those.
Yeah,
you know, we'll do it pre-recorded and just put them out because clearly there's still a market for it and people want to talk about this, man. And this is so much better though than what we had before. The animation, the story, the performances. Like people can say what they want about Rogue not sounding the same and Wolverine not sounding the same, and even some people say Hank McCoy don't sound the same. I'm like, yeah, they're the same actors, but they're old, y'all. 30 years later, man. Like
they might be smokers, drinkers, just the environment. Aging just changes your voice.
Exactly.
Which, I mean,
even cocaine. Sometimes cocaine can change your voice.
It's understandable that because
hold on. I'm just saying, but to that point, one of the best performances we've had from in this show is Rogue. Like, first of all, the scene we got between her and Gambit talking about their relationship is the first time we get them acknowledging each other having a relationship together in any kind of way. It's the first time we get it acknowledged by them, like word coming out of their mouth.
Right.
But in that moment, which is like what, a minute, 2 minutes, maybe 2.5, we get more depth to their relationship than we got in 5 seasons of the previous show. Yeah. And even the first 3 episodes that we got before then, like it was deep. And her performances have just been like that. Every time she talks, she's been the catalyst of the deepest, most depressing and sad moments of this show so far. So shout out to everybody doing a great job with their performances in this show so far.
Yeah, I agree. Like, there's been a lot of really great performances. I do feel the same since like even though like she's had some really great performances, you do feel a little bit more of the strain, kind of in the same sense with like the actress who plays Marge on The Simpsons. Like they're just older, so they just have to work a little harder to They just have to work a little bit harder to convey that voice. So it's I hear that strain and like in some senses it doesn't take me out, but it's just not as effortless as it was back in the day. Like, as of course, because people get older. But I do feel like she's still been doing a really great job.
It's not something I think about while I'm watching.
It's not something to think about a lot. It doesn't distract me. It doesn't take me out of it. Or anything.
I don't think about it while I'm watching it. I think about it maybe if I watch it the second time. You know what I'm saying? But it's not something I'm thinking about. I'm like, oh no, I realized this whole. It doesn't. That's not what it makes me think about. For sure.
Athelia said in the comments, censor the tight to.
He says,
sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna let you take a break. Because you was leaning in. I don't want you to have to lean in.
Yeah, my eyes are bad.
Sinister, the type of motherfucker that isn't allowed within 50 feet of a playground and is registered on neighborhood watch. You know what I mean?
Several lists.
Dead people.
Mustard on the beat. Oh,
Hi. Mustard on the beat, ho.
all right. Thanks, Mustard.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's like anytime you talk about diddlers or fucking mustard or California or snitching, anything that's related, I'm gonna hit that button. I'm gonna hit that goddamn button. It's in there.
Button?
And then Mr. Anti-Idiotic said, I changed my mind. Riley from Girl Meets World can play Kitty Pryde. I've never seen Girl Meets World.
I saw the first episode and realized that that's not what I was looking for, and I checked out. I was like, "This is not
What
the
you mean?
nostalgia."
You was looking for it, but you like, I asked for this, but I didn't ask for this. Is that what you mean? Like you were like
sure.
you were like,
you
know how I say, like, you know how you say people who asked for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, actually, I did ask for this, but this was not good. Is that what happened?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because you definitely looked for
it. It wasn't. Yeah, it was like oh, this is a Disney show, like new Disney, not like Disney, like Boy Meets
Because
World.
new Disney, well, at least when that came out, there was a separation, like ABC Plus. I mean, ABC Family, then there's ABC, there's Disney Channel, and then there's other Disney Tunes or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no separation with Disney Plus. It's just like all the same.
Yeah.
There's
not
categories, but there's no, that's not how people really watch.
Yeah.
As streaming services are finding out, is all I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, not my cup of tea. Athelius Maximus says, and Sinister got a weird case of why he is around certified scientist certified PDF file.
P is P3 is PD3 file.
Oh, PD3.
No, it's PE. No, so P3.
No, P3.
Yeah, P3
DO file.
Yeah, P3 DO file. So when the new like shoes that Drake has that came out with Adidas, everybody was calling them the P3, the P3 pedos or the P3 DOs. I was like, damn.
Oh,
like,
man.
you do not want that on there.
Was that an A minor? Did you just sing? on that
Damn.
all right. I'm sorry. I think this is a good time to wrap.
Got him.
I think this is a good time to wrap up. But any final thoughts on this episode? Bill, do you got any final thoughts on how you felt on this?
Well, before we get to final thoughts, how do you think? Because this is the penultimate.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think this is going to go down, man? We got a next episode. It's the last episode.
Yeah, I did ask Terry about that earlier. I do feel like this is going to be, a very much like a Red Wedding type episode where like this is the biggest thing, and then we're going to get sort of our denouement in the last episode. We're just going to denouement, where we're just like sort of seeing where everybody's at after this outcome, and we might get a little bit of a teaser at the end, like, oh, there's Apocalypse, or oh, there's fucking, I don't know, the Blob, played by Kevin Durant.
The Blob,
the Blob. That'd be a great little tag.
The Blob,
or we get a Deadpool, and coming
I'm
through
tired
in
of hearing
time
that.
travel.
I'm tired of hearing that. No, I mean, not that you have heard it and they're regurgitating it. I'm just saying the internet has beaten that to death, and I'm so fucking tired of hearing that. Like, there will be no Deadpool and Wolverine in this universe. Get it out your head. Just get it the fuck out your head.
I've not seen.
I didn't say that. I know. I'm just not saying that. I'm not speaking to you.
I know. I feel you.
Speaking to these people out here in the world, and not necessarily you guys, not y'all. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking about them idiots that's out there. They know who they are. You know who they are too, probably. So you can tell them. Tell them that Bill said it. Right here at Nerds at Night, I said it. Right on the Drunk Banthas channel, I said it.
But producer T, you got any? Well, I guess we talked about a little bit about like what you thought might happen in the final episode a little earlier. But
We didn't get your thoughts. I didn't even say what I thought was going to happen, man, because I really don't know, man. Really, I was hoping to cheat off your paper a little bit, but I mean, I really can't tell you what's going to happen. I do think that, like I said, with Wolverine, I talked about what I feel like about what Wolverine will go through. It's going to go through on his new little journey. Probably go through, go to the Canada or some shit, go to Tokyo or some shit with his journey that he usually did in the comic books and in the original series. Just dip off, be aloof. But I'm really crossing my fingers and dotting my I's and all the T's and all that from Mystique to be in the last episode. I think that she is the UN blonde lady who let Magneto go. So, because we never saw her get transformed into a Sentinels.
Yeah.
And we never get a confirmation that she's not Mystique. I'm thinking we get it. I'm thinking that's what we get.
That would be cool. Okay, so Bill thinks we're gonna get like a character study episode with a little tease of Mystique at the end. Terry thinks this is gonna be another bombshell episode where we get some crazy shit happen. And I think that Kevin Durant is gonna make his reprisal as the Blob in the final episode. So let's see who's right in a final episode. Guys, let us know in the chat what you guys think is gonna happen in the final episode of X-Men 97.
Also let us know in the comments.
In the comments
for all watching this live.
Yeah, you can let us know in the comments. You don't have to watch this live. You don't have to be weirdos like us.
And hopefully we'll put some timestamps in here.
Yeah, who knows? But producer T, you want to let the people know where they can find you on the interwebs?
Well, this coming Wednesday, they can definitely find me on the 9 Nerd Yards podcast and probably Nerds at Night, because we are going to be interviewing the the visual effects director of Shogun, Michael Cleat. And so tune in for that, as that's going to be live at 6 p.m. Pacific time, because he's in LA. So 6 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to be going live with that interview, because maybe if you don't know this, but almost all of Shogun was filmed in Canada, not Japan. And we're going to find out how they did that.
Yeah, wasn't it Vancouver?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cotton Hill.
Oh, wait, what was that? Little Frothy said, producer T, who is that on your hat?
Cotton Hill. Hank Hill's daddy.
Hank Hill's daddy.
No, he killed. Fit him in.
That's right. Icon.
Best man I've ever known with no shins.
Yeah, the most racist nigga on the planet. That's the best nigga you know with no shins. I was just about to say some damn before she said, "Who's that on his hat?" What did you just say about the what were you saying about
Michael Cleat will be interviewing him. He's the Shogun visual effects director.
Wednesday?
Michael, I probably butchered his last name. Cleat.
Will that be on Wednesday?
Yeah, this Wednesday.
Oh, you know what?
Or is it Thursday? I'm tripping.
If it's Thursday, I might not be able to make it.
I want to say it might actually be Thursday.
Well, if it's Thursday, I should be able to make it, because I got to do my show on Thursday. I got to do Bantha Bunch at 7 p.m. on Thursday. So maybe I'll jump in. Maybe I'll start with you guys, and then maybe if I have to go over, I'll have to just get off.
Step out.
Yeah, or I'll start Bantha Bunch a little late, and everybody who's watching the interview, come on over and watch the interview, and then you jump on over with me and drink some drinks and smoke some clove cigarettes, some cloves, and then we'll
Yeah, it's Thursday, everyone.
yes, everybody, Thursday, 6 o'clock,
16th
6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time.
Pacific time.
O'clock p.m. Pacific time on Wednesday.
Thursday.
Excuse me. 6 p.m. Pacific time, Thursday, Pacific time, Thursday, 6 p.m. Right here. Nerds at Night. You will be able to watch us interview the VFX artist for Shogun. We
His
covered
name in the beginning credits too. That's how high up he is. Like when they're showing those opening credits, his name's right up in there. I was like, oh, that's the dude right there.
Yeah, he's a supervisor. Yeah, so he's that nigga. He's that nigga. So if you want to know, if you didn't know that Shogun was mostly a good part of it is CGI, then you should definitely come and check out this episode. It's gonna be great. We do a lot of interviews over here at Nerds at Night and at the Drunk Banthas channel. We're about to start doing some more. So y'all just let us know who you think we should interview and put it in the comments, and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to make sure you don't miss nothing.
Yes, absolutely, guys. Thank you.
Well, Alex, where can they find you before you?
Oh, that's what the outro's for. Oh,
Well,
so they
well. At the Drunk Banthas and Nerds at Night on Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time with the Bantha Bunch. The Bantha Bunch.
Indeed. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time. But don't forget to like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, Letterboxd. Likewise, all the internet things at Drunk Banthas. Until next time, stay safe, my little mutants. And may the force be with you.
And also with you.